Morning Hylian and fam. Happy 6 years ACNHH day clap H day cheers.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy freaking Friday. Welcome to the show. Good to see y'all here today, of course. Jen, not Jen, first in the chat. Their reign continues this week. They can't be stopped. Good morning, YouTube chat. Welcome to the show as well. Good morning, Folklore Foxtail. Folklore Folktale. I mean, it kind of works. Welcome in here. Good to see you today. Twitch chat, of course. Jen, good morning. Welcome in here. Armazale Noodle Liz. Kerbu Tashi, welcome to the show today. Whoa, Maharit.
It's been longer than this, but not always able to sub. This is a beautiful community.
That's okay.
Which I am glad to be a part of. H-Day cheers.
That's okay. Thank you for 29 months. 8th day cheers in the chat. 29 months. Thank you, Dista, for 48. I think that's 5.5? 4.5? I don't know. I don't feel like doing math this morning. 4.5? No, that's the solid 4. And then 4.5 is 54 months. Brain math. Good morning, everybody. Got him. I was trying to think about my alerts. That's what I'm like, which alert is which area? That's a solid 4 right there. Thank you, Deeston. And cheers to many more. What up, Beth Chu? Sweet Asparagus, King of Arcadia. Good morning, Trips 14. What up, Metal Will? Thank you. Thank you for 4 years, Deesta. Holy heck, that's a whole year. That's an old Twitch meme. That's a whole year. Miss Beans Gaming, Sweet Asparagus, Faux for All, Elephant, and G-Ski. What up, baby? Good morning, Emmy Love. Welcome to the show. What's up, Abby? Welcome back as well. We got Zane in the house. Chamomile Court in the house. What up, Just Sin? Good to see you back in here, Sin, as well. Good morning. Happy freaking Friday. It is officially New Horizons 6th anniversary today. Let's go ahead and get a beard check in here. 6 years of New Horizons. This time, 6 years ago, I was loading up my second copy of New Horizons, my second save file. I had been up since midnight, and we started our save file at midnight, but then we wanted to have a second for everyone who was going to be tuning in for the first time at 8 in the morning. So we started up a second save file just for all the early birds who couldn't wake up, at midnight, who couldn't stay up because of regular life. And we started a second save file. So this time, 6 years ago, we were loading up our second save file of New Horizons on the day 1, 2020, March 2020. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Pretty crazy era of the stream. Yeah, March 2020. You had taken off the whole week of work for ACNH release. I remember people were getting ACNH early. People were getting ACNH early because of the COVID stuff. And like a lot of us were salt because people were getting the game like 5 days early. And like they were like legally, they were walking out of GameStop 5 days early. And we were all like, what the heck? People were jamming on it. Good morning, Miss Beans. Hope you had a good trip in Japan. Yeah, Pocopia is doing really well in Japan. Yeah, even better than it is over here in the West. Good morning, Cozy. And happy birthday to Miss Cozyology here in the chat. Birthday love. We got 2 birthdays to celebrate today. We got New Horizons and we got Cozy's birthday. Birthday love in the chat. We've already been getting the love in the Discord. If you haven't already done that, jump in the Discord and give them some love as well. Good morning, Hula. Hope you're feeling good today. Lucinda, good to see you here. Jitterbug Jules, good morning. Teeny Giraffe. Ash370, hope you're feeling all right. Spidey Billy, good morning. What up, Quay? Early morning balloon hunters. We celebrating today. What up, Impatient Pay? Good to see you as well. Good morning. Parappa with the 31. Cheers. Cheers to all the resubs. And I know Maharit said it. I know the resub isn't always the actual amount of time you've been supporting my show. And I used to acknowledge that a lot. I still do. And I like to bring it up every once in a while, just maybe not as much. But I know Parappa, you've been here for so long. Maharit, you've been here for so long. Thank you for the 31. And cheers to how long you really have been supporting me via viewership, via just believing in what I do, whatever it may be, just tuning in to be entertained. Thank you, man. Thank you, Parappa, for sticking with me. Maharit, thank you as well. Dista, same goes to you. You know, because you might not always have that exact lineup of sub to follow date and all that stuff. So thank you, everybody. Good to see y'all here. Yeah, it's Friday here, March 20th. Feeling like 6 years ago. I'm pretty sure New Horizons came out on a Friday as well. Yeah, I think so. It might have been a Thursday. I don't know. It's been a while. But we're here to play some New Horizons. Now, you know, we've been playing a lot of Pokemon Pokopia, and Pokopia has been fun. Pokopia has been a blast for sure. Yeah, I think it was like a Tuesday. I'm going to look right now, actually. No, it was a Friday. I was right. March 2020 was a Friday. See, I remembered that because I remembered going into Saturday. I just distinctly remembered going into Saturday. So yeah, we were sitting here, right here, March 20th, 2020, same exact place, loading up our second save file of Animal Crossing. I just went and looked it up. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That's so crazy that it's full circle. That's super dope. Wow, what a weird vibe. Good weird, but weird nonetheless. Yo, Banda Pairs, good to see you as well. Spicy Sin Bun, good morning. Dual Master D, welcome to the show today as well. Yeah, beautiful journey, man. New Horizons, it's just something that will be a part of a lot of our lives for a long time. I imagine New Horizons will be in my rotation well into my ancient years to some extent. The same way that most of the ACs are. I don't think it'll be too different. Yo, what up, Soda Vigilante? Good to see you today. We've been playing a lot of Pokopia, but we had to come back and swing it around a little bit. That's why we did some New Horizons on Monday as well. Big fat ancient baby, that's right. I remember not wanting to play ACNH. I was into Resident Evil. I must have been having brain fog. Nah, man, sometimes you got to give something a chance to know if you like it. You know, in the TV universe, they call it the 3-episode challenge. And like, I was talking about this in the past, about how like, you know, I don't go into a game criticizing it or thinking about all the negative things. I try to give it the 3-episode challenge. For me, whatever that is for you in a video game, maybe that's an hour for you. For me, it's like 3 to 5 hours, I think. That's actually what I designed the 24-hour streams around, Variety-a-thons. Because I knew that I would know how I felt about a game, most games in 4 hours. Some games I need 6, but 4 hours for most games, right? And it's like, once you give it that chance, then you'll know for sure if it's for you, if it's really clicking for you, you know? Some people might need multiple play sessions. Maybe you need like 3 2-hour sessions to really know if like a game's for you, you know? Can't wait to log into ACNH later today and say happy 6 years to my island in Pashmina. Oh, that's cute. I still have some villagers from 2019. Tangy and Genji are the only ones left. Yo, good morning, Rebecca. Yeah, I think that's it. Tangy and Genji are the only villagers left from 2019 on my island. Yeah. You know, Ione had the goal to try to move this morning, and I was this close to letting her so we could do a fun little villager hunt today, but I'm not going to let Ione go after 1,600 tickets. I'm just not going to do it. That hunt was too epic. I'm just not going to do it. I was like this close to doing it though, just so we could have some fun today, but I was like, just ain't happening. Nah. If it's Stardew, you need to get the year 2. Yeah, I think with Stardew Valley, the way that I tell people is that you need at least 4 hours to even get, like, I'm talking even a crumb of what the game is offering. If your first Stardew Valley session isn't 4 hours minimum, you are a higher percent chance to not ever play the game again. Because you don't accomplish anything in those 4 hours. So like up until those 4 hours. Like if you only play for 2 hours, you might not ever load the game up again because you didn't do anything. You got to hit that like 4 hour mark with Stardew to really like, okay, you know what? I'm going to load this back up. I want to continue that mission. You know, like, so it's funny that you say that, like you need to get to year 2. Like I 100% agree with that. Yeah. Let alone just like a 4 hour session, right? I think Stardew is one of those games. I feel the same way about Bethesda. Like what's 4 hours in Skyrim? Now Skyrim's maybe a better example because it starts off so strong with like the whole like first scene with the dragon. Like it all is pretty a strong entrance to that game. There's a reason that game's iconic. But like, you know, you could spend maybe 2 hours in the vault in Fallout 3, really effing around, maybe 3 if you're brand new to the franchise. So you're not really stepping out of the vault until 2-3 hours into the game in Fallout 3. So if you were to turn the game off at 2 hours right when you step out of the vault, that's like that's kind of tough. That's like, you know what I mean? You load the game back up and you just have the wasteland staring at you. Whereas you're better off in Fallout 3 kind of getting to Megaton at least. If you even go in that direction and like kind of getting a taste of the waste, you know, I don't know. So yeah, my theory doesn't work for every game for sure. Doesn't work for every game. What are your thoughts on Crimson Desert? It looks fun, man. I want to play it. I might see if I can pick it up myself and if I can stream it for y'all. Nice stream. Yo, thank you, Smash Brothers. Good to see you, dude. How'd you get a super cool badge on YouTube? How did you get a super cool badge on YouTube? What the heck is that? That's so neat, dude. I didn't know YouTube had super special badges. Oh, that's just your account name. Oh, okay, cool. That's just your avatar. Your avatar just stood out to me. I thought it was like a special badge. Dude, I love Smash Brothers. Welcome back, Aaron. Welcome back. Dude, I was just playing some Smash Brothers last weekend. And while I smashed some bros, most of the bros, well, they smashed me. I didn't get any wins, but I was this close to getting a win 2 times. But I clutched up and I didn't clutch, but I choked. Got smashed hard, huh? Yeah, unfortunate. Smashed some bros, you say? Yeah, you know, there was 4 of us. We got some good smashing. Taste of the Waste. Yeah, I want to play Crimson Desert, I think. I've been actually watching a ton of reviews on Crimson Desert because the game has fascinated me. And so I've been like watching a bunch of different reviews, a bunch of different perspectives, everything from like the obvious bought out reviews to the ones that are more grounded, everything from 100 viewer Andes on YouTube videos to thousands, trying to see what do people think about this game. And it looks good. Crimson Desert looks fun. You know, the only thing that's making me not interested in playing it is I don't know if I'm not as interested in the overly complicated combat. Like I do like those types of games, but that's not what I'm in the mood for right now. I'm in the mood for something that's like more like adventure-esque and exploration, and that's Crimson Desert's offering that, right? Hours of exploration and just poking around. But unfortunately, for this conversation, the combat and the boss fights are Dark Souls. And they're really intense and they're like high, you know, mental requirement, and like they're like very tough. And like apparently people are like struggling with the boss fights. While that sounds like an awesome challenge, that's not really what I'm looking for at the moment. So like I am actually kind of getting pushed away from Crimson Desert because I'm realizing that I don't know if I want to wrap my head around like a whole new game, a whole new franchise, and difficult bosses and like this whole thing, you know? I was kind of just hoping that it was going to be a lighthearted game that I could run around and adventure in, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Crimson Desert, but I might go ahead and install it and check it out and then go from there, see if I can stream it. And right, like I'm not sure, but I did get pushed away a little bit from it because I wasn't really looking for that. You know, that's a vibe, and that's a vibe that I do want to take on one day. I would like to take on like that Dark Souls energy and Elden Ring and stuff for the show and for my own personal gaming journey. That's just not quite what I'm looking for right now in my life. You know what I mean? Like I'm still feeling the No Man's Sky vibes. I just want to kind of float through a game right now, just a little bit, you know? The game looks promising. Some areas do seem a little rough, like no storage system. I agree the in-depth battle style isn't always my cup of tea, but like you, I'm into open world games right now. Currently replaying Tears of the Kingdom and loving it. It's a tough decision, yeah. So there you go. Crimson Desert looks great though, and you guys might see me poking around with it at some point. You might. So if I can stream it, I'm going to check it out on stream. You have my word. If I can't stream it, I might make a YouTube video out of it. And then you guys can see my reaction there. Would that be like a suitable thing that you guys would be into? Like a 4-hour YouTube video and I'll just be like, yo, this is what I think about Crimson Desert. I don't know. At least so we can at least like talk about it, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what I want to do there. Good morning, by the way, Gamer Lady. I did see your post coming in here, your 135 streak. Thank you for streaking with us. Thank you, Planet Kitties 135. Thank you, Pastel Constellations. Thank you for being here to celebrate the New Horizons birthday. That's right. Today is New Horizons' 6th birthday. And Cozyology's 6th birthday as well. Wait, hold on. It's their birthday today, not their 6th. They couldn't be on Twitch. I don't know. I don't know how old they are. That's not my business. But it's Cozy's birthday today, so give him some love in the chat. Not only are they a moderator here, but they've actually been supporting me since the Animal Crossing era. A couple months after New Horizons came out, I'm pretty sure. They popped in here and they've been with us ever since, man. So at one point they picked up the mod sword to further support the community, but I think that sometimes the mod stuff gets focused on too much. I think it's so much more than that. They're a viewer just like everybody else. They support me. They like my show. They believe in my journey. And I always like to remind that, like, my mods aren't just the enforcers. They are also viewers. And I strongly try to remind them of that constantly. Take a day off, relax, just enjoy the show. This is your community just as much, you know, not much changes in my community when you pick up the sword. You're just able to help continue to keep the pace and keep the vibe, right? But like, you're still on that level. I kind of see everyone at the same eye level, including myself, right? And I just like to kind of throw that out there and say that, because I think the mods appreciate when I say things like this. So anyways, I digress. Yo, Rebecca, I have never played Satisfactory, but I've always thought I would enjoy it, but I've never played it. Yo, Logan Brook and Britt, please. Good morning, Fantastar as well. Does Cozy get fresh Subway sandwiches for their birthday? You know what? Go ahead and call in the Quiznos today. I'll allow it. Boom, 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 boom. I prefer pot bellies. Yo, what's up? It's good to see you in here, Toad. I saw you pop in yesterday as well. Hope you're feeling better. If not, I hope your journey gets smoother. Blesses around the chat. HDes blesses. We're sending you energy, homie. Big Fuzz, Big Fuss. Good to see you back in here as well. We're out here doing 6 years of New Horizons. You know, it's hard to pull away from Pocopia, but it is nice to take a day to reflect on, you know, what we built our community on. And I think that's important as a creator, you know. I try to stay grounded, and y'all hear me talk a lot about how personally as a computer, I feel indebted to the Stardew community. I feel indebted to the New Horizons community, and specifically the Animal Crossing community. So I'm always going to make a point to swing back around, because I think that's important and I think that's fair. And maybe that's just an expectation I put on myself. And, you know, I would never show up and do anything that I didn't want to do. You know, I'd never put myself into like a miserable position, because that's weird and nobody wants that. So thankfully, I still love this game just as much as I did on day one, probably more. Thankfully, right? We can just ride into the sunset, because I really do love this game. But it's nice to be able to say, you know, we've stuck with this game for the whole 6 years. And while I think the biggest break we ever took from this game might have been about a month long, maybe. Can you believe, on this channel, I don't think we've ever stepped away from a single stream from this game, at least for more than 2 weeks to maybe 3 weeks. I think there might have been like a month-long period, probably during DDV's release and our first time playing DDV. I think so. I did go in on DDV for like a month straight, but I don't know if we squeezed in some ACNH, because again, we always squeeze it in. You know, and like, we've done Stardew yearly. We've done a yearly Stardew playthrough every year for 7 years of streaming, except for one. 2021, I think we didn't do a Stardew playthrough. I started one and I stopped. So, you know, we always rotate back. And I think that's what I want today's theme to be for all of you. And for myself, I want today's theme as we celebrate 6 years of New Horizons to be a nice reminder that, like, you know, we've called this place home consistently since I've started streaming, since the release of the game. And we're out here doing it, and we're going to continue doing it. You know, and no matter how long of a break we take, no matter how many games we discover that we fall in love with, you know, we're always going to be rotating back to these classics, man. At this point, I consider this game a classic, which I'm using that loosely, right? Maybe it needs another 4 years at least. But this game's a classic, man. It's a classic. For me, it's a classic. For us, it's a classic. And loading up New Horizons is like going back home every time. It's like, oh yeah, let's go back home for a day. Let's relax. It's like kicking up my feet on a recliner, grabbing a cozy blanket. It's, oh yeah, getting a hot cup of coffee, and just like that's like New Horizons in essence. It's like just going back home, dude. You know, it's a pretty special feeling for me, right? Yeah. Thank you for the 135 streak, Toad. Thank you, Pokemon fan, for the 15. Good morning. Good to see you, Pokemon fan. Welcome to the show. Coming to see Uncle Tommy again. Uncle Tommy Nook. What up, Chelsea? Good to see you. Let's jump over. Let's jump over and let's continue yapping over the game. We're gonna start doing a lot more of that on the channel. A lot shorter intros, a lot more gaming and yapping. I really like the vibe, and it works really well for YouTube. I think it's healthy to start my content nice and strong with some gameplay behind us. We can just yap while playing the game. Let's go. We can just yap while playing the game. Oh, I just heard that CJ's visiting. Nice. Let's roll. Wrap it up, buddy. Pack it up. What was the pack it up emote, and why doesn't it work anymore? Was that a BTTV emote? Maybe that's what that was. Yapping while gaming impossible. Yeah, you know, I'm starting to evolve my content, and as much as I love the just chatting and just sitting there with the big old camera and just sitting there and yapping with y'all. I'm starting to get really good at yapping while gaming. I've gotten so much better at it than I was years ago. So I started realizing like I can just do the same thing I do for the first hour in the morning right here. Because I've gotten so good at like putting a game on and like moving it around and like just doing things in the game. Like even if I'm just like mindlessly running in circles, I think it's still better than just staring at my face. Because you can do that right here. Here's my, here. HDS smile. You know, like, so I've gotten so much better at yapping and playing the game. It's like, I don't really need to like just sit there and yap as much as I used to, you know? Level up my multitask skill. My multitask skill has been leveled up, correct. It's Christmas in your mailbox. Yeah, I haven't loaded up my mailbox in a while. Oh, Morgso sent me a royal crown. Thanks. I needed some money. I'm about to sell that, dude. I'm broke. My last turnip endeavor, I lost 10 G's, dude. The stonks aren't looking good for me. Honestly, 2026 was such a big year for gaming that it feels weird to have nothing big releasing this year. Oh, you meant 2025? Yeah, I mean, we have Grand Theft Auto, which is I think that's the game of the year. You got to remember that. And I guess, no, that's probably this year, I think, unless it gets delayed. Yeah, that's the thing, right? See, so I was about to say that Blade's Left Toe. I was just about to say, I don't know when Grand Theft Auto's for sure coming out, but if it comes out this year, then that's the game, right? Like that's the game you're kind of talking about. That's the game that's going to be like, I think Crimson Desert's going to be that game later. I think the more people that purchase Crimson Desert, the more people that are going to talk about it, and it's going to snowball. Mark my words right now. Crimson Desert is going to snowball, I think. I think the more people that buy it, the more people that are going to talk about it. And I think that within the next month or two, Crimson Desert's about to blow up. I think it's going to be a slow snowball since it's from a company that a lot of people don't know. And it's a game that a lot of people aren't sure about. It's a franchise that nobody really knows. It's going to snowball. Give it a couple weeks and that game's about to blow up. I think it has the potential to go insano style. So I think Crimson Desert's about to be a game that's like mentioned throughout the whole year. I think Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know what else is like gonna blow up this year. Wolverine looks good, but I don't know. The superhero stuff is always hit or miss with the public, but I think it really depends on like how well the game is. The game has been dangling in front of us for so long. It's like hard to say with Wolverine. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 9, right. So Resident Evil 9 came out so early in the year, it's gonna go quiet a little bit and then we'll start talking about it again around Christmas. Yeah, Witchbrook later this year. Whatever surprise Pokemon has for us, I'm convinced we have a surprise game for Pokemon this December. I think it's gonna be like a side game. I think we're gonna get a surprise Pokemon game this year. A remake, a port, or something maybe big like a Let's Go game or something. What do you think Nintendo's doing right now in terms of releasing main titles? You know, I think Nintendo is just so comfortable with their current sales and Nintendo's playing the long game. I want to tell you all this morning here. I'm going to actually turn this down a little bit for myself. I'm going to tell you all this morning. New Horizons and the New Horizons Switch 2 game was number 10 and number 9 on Famitsu's top 10 sales for last week or last month in Japan. I don't think people understand. Like, this is what I've been trying to express to people about Animal Crossing since like for years. Like, this franchise is not going anywhere. Yes, there will be a new Animal Crossing. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that for everyone again. I don't think people realize, like, Animal Crossing is insanely popular in Japan. And even if it's not talked about a lot in America, it's still topping sales charts, dude. In 2026, this game is still topping sales charts. Think about this for a second. So I wanted to like go into this 6-year anniversary and bring that up with y'all this morning as like, yeah, anytime we ever have that conversation, you know, do you think a new Animal Crossing's coming? Do you think, you know, Nintendo's done with Please, no. And this goes into the answer to the question that I just got asked. What do you think Nintendo's doing right now? Nintendo's playing the long game, y'all. Nintendo's playing the long game, dude. They're so content trickle feeding stuff that might not be relevant to you, but that's okay because they don't need to, right? Like we have Yoshi right around the corner. Yeah, we're going to be checking Yoshi out. We have Tamagotchi Life right around the corner. What else do we have already? We already have Fire Emblem announced, confirmed for this year. All right, that's 3 major titles right there. Tamagotchi might not seem major, but I promise you, it's got a big cult following on the 3DS, just like Animal Crossing did before the Switch release. So Tamagotchi's a big, big cult game. Yoshi's gonna sell to a lot of people, but it's gonna be, you know, it's just a Yoshi game. It's not like Mario, but it's up there. You know, we probably have a 3D Mario getting announced sometime this year, maybe a new Mario Maker, something Mario this year as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fire Emblem got confirmed for 2026. I'm fairly certain. I could be wrong about that. If I misspoke, that's fine, because still, this year we have more going on, you know, than a lot of people are giving credit. And I think Nintendo's plans to continue to ride out their little mini sales. Nintendo's doing the mini sale thing. They got Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition. Now, if you never bought Mario Wonder and you have a Switch 2, now you have a reason to buy Switch 2, right? So, now they have the Switch 2 edition of blank. Oh, now have you bought Kirby on the Switch 1? Oh, but you haven't and you have a Switch 2? Why don't you buy Kirby Switch 2 edition? Right? Pokopia. Now people are starting, now they're buying Switch 2s for Pokopia, but maybe they don't have the other games on the Switch 2 yet. So now they're buying Donkey Kong. You see, Nintendo knows this. They know that everyone's buying Pokopia and that's their first Switch 2 game. And now they can go back and buy Mario Kart. They can go back and buy Donkey Kong. They can go back and buy Kirby. They can go back and buy Hyrule Warriors. All those games that they missed out on the first half of the game's, the console's, you know, yearly life cycle. So it's like, do they really need to keep pumping games out? You can answer that question yourself. And so when you ask yourself, like, what's Nintendo doing right now? They're riding out consistent sales. Like, they're riding out the sales of like 20 games simultaneously. Some of them old, some of them new. There's like probably 20 games right now that are all pretty relevant to purchase on the Switch right now. Animal Crossing, Pokopia, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey. All of these games are very relevant to purchase right now, today, that are great games that cost $60, that are like right on the shelf, right there. And it's like, if you're brand new to the Switch library, if you're brand new to the Switch ecosystem, it's like, you know, Nintendo doesn't need to keep pumping games out when there's a huge library. And how many of those games have you all not picked up yet? So then again, I think they're kind of banking on you going to this, like, all right, I want a new game. And then you see Odyssey on sale for 20% off and you go, okay, well, you know, I might as well check that out finally. Right? Like, so I think they're playing this super slow game where they know that this console is going to be around for 5 or 10 years and they're just like slow drip, right? And that's what it feels like is going on with Nintendo. That's my take on it. So that's my take on it. Yeah, this is the Switch 2 edition. Yeah. Because, you know, a good way to move on from that conversation is like, this is a reminder that the last time we talked about like the Switch 2's release and all the games that came out around it, if you remember, Nintendo Switch 2's release cycle was actually pretty good. It just didn't feel like a bunch of bangers. But if you like think for a second, Nintendo Switch 2's releases was good. Think about it. Like, there's a lot of games that are playable right now that have been released, Switch 2 exclusive. Older games, Cyberpunk came back. Resident Evil 9 just released on the Switch 2. So it's like, I know where a lot of us are asking, like, you know, what's going on with Nintendo specifically? Well, they're just sitting back and basking in the sun. Yeah, they just released like Pokopia, like they're chilling, dude. They're like, oh yeah. You know, because you got to remember, every sale of Resident Evil 9, Nintendo gets 30% of that. I'm pretty sure that's the numbers that came out. I'm pretty sure a developer said Nintendo takes 30% of every sale on the eShop. It might even be like a little more. So think about that. So every single copy of Resident Evil 9 that's sold, Nintendo probably got at least 10 to 20%, depending on their contract, right? Capcom's a big enough company that like there's a contract. So like maybe it's less for them, but think about that. Like they don't need to only sell Mario to make a bunch of money. Like they're making a cut of every game on the Switch. Every game on the Switch, they're getting a cut. They're a big publisher. They can just sit back and just be like, all right, the cash is rolling in, you know? So like third party has to be equated into the conversation because third party does line their wallets enough that they don't have to always have big releases, right? Right, the new Mario film? Exactly. So, you know, that's my take on Mario. So, great question. And I did have a lot to say on that. I felt like yapping about that this morning. All right. I got some carrots here. I'd like to do some designing, but today we're going to do some hotel stuff this morning while we yap. Go say hi to my villagers. A little bit of waking up with my villagers vibes. I haven't done that in a little while. A little bit of voice acting. Should be fun. We've been doing it in Pokopia, so I'm feeling a little warmed up. More people need to play ARMS. You know what game I agree with that? You know what other game more people need to play? And me included on both of those games is Pokken. The Pokemon fighting game Pokken. I bet you that game is so dope. I had never played it. What's up, Cat24? Brielbasaur and Tab Flava, good morning. Good morning, Abby Likes Nachos and Ali Bo Bally. Hope y'all are feeling good today. Happy anniversary to Animal Crossing. 6 years. 6 years of Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts to say it out loud. You bought the Yoshi bucket? Oh, cute. Nice. Yeah, I think we're going to check out the Yoshi game. It's probably not going to be a long game, so we might just try to play it and beat it as well. It'll be a fun little reprieve from whatever we're doing when it comes out. I think it's coming out in what, April or May? Tamagotchi's April or May as well. It's like one of the, I think one of them's April, one of them's May. I don't remember which one is which. Tamagotchi's April 16th, yeah. That's the one I don't actually plan to play too long. That's the one I just plan to check out. But I will be probably playing in through all of Yoshi. Just because it seems fun. Your villagers are matching. So yeah, they'll match if they're from the hotel and they'll be wearing like whatever outfits I gave them to wear at the hotel. So there's usually like a handful of villagers walking around that are matching. You want to stop by? Yeah, sure. Come on. Let's go, Genji. Let's go to your house. We're going to Genji's pad, dude. Let's go. Happy birthday to Cozy. Yeah, happy birthday, Cozy. What's up, Walnug and Aquana? All right, welcome to my elite training facility. I designed this house for Genji. This house was supposed to represent Genji's house through all the games that Genji was in, which is all of them. So this house is like a combination of all of Genji's houses. So we gave him a front porch with a vista, a little deck. My place is your place, so do whatever makes you comfy. Ha! Oops, I completely forgot I left out my mini Dharma. Well, I guess now that you know the big secret to my aerobics routine, let's keep this between you and me. Oh man, that is some good aerobics. What's up, Big Ron? You're new to this game, working on having KK come to the island? Dude, nice. If you need any help or if you need any tips, don't be afraid to ask. Nice, very nice. When I went to go read your name, Big Ron, I went to read Big Iron. Big Iron, Big Iron. With a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Yo, what up, Hearts of Violet? You had surgery for your gallbladder? Oh, that's so scary, dude. I'm happy to hear from you. Are you okay? You're doing all right? I hope you're on the mend. Big iron, big iron. I started my Pokopia journey last night. Sadly, I couldn't get far because it was too late, but I think they did great things with the new Switch. The screen is huge. Yeah, it feels nice. You'll get used to the new Switch. Game gets me lost in time. Animal Crossing will consume all of your time. Yeah, that's right. I have literal thousands of hours. I think that I'm pushing between 6 and the number above it. Right around there, 1,000. Not doing it. I'm not giving you all the satisfaction. Been playing this since release alongside Doom Eternal. Been stuck on 4 stars for a while. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Sometimes I think I'm pretty fit, but I think twice when I look at my giant cicada. Bugs are crazy. Some of them can lift 100 times their own body weight. If only. My husband started his own AC Island, first ever. He keeps getting mad at me for half answering questions because I'm making him figure out himself. That's so funny. Yo, let me in, dude. I want to go take a seat. Oh, I can't. The way I set this up. Genji has nowhere to sit in his house. Oh, sorry, dude. Form over function, as they always say. Form over function. Oh, my brain muscles just kicked in. We should play a game. Let's do it. All right, time for the greatest card sport ever invented. High card, low card. Oh, it's time for a highly in descent edition of high card, low card. Which means it's time to open up a prediction. High card. Low card. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. A school uniform with a ribbon is on the line. It might as well as be life or death. Here comes the card. 5. Here we go. Higher than 5, lower than 5. You get 2 minutes to predict on the clock. The tables are open. Get your channel points on the line. Now keep in mind, 0's not a card, so technically lower is the higher odds? No, because I think it only goes to 9. So never mind, this is straight down the middle. It doesn't go to 10. There's 4 on either side. There's 4 on either side. Get your channel points on the line here. We got a game of high card, low card, Animal Crossing 6th anniversary today. And it couldn't be more fitting than we got a Gamba with our boy Genji. It goes up to 11. Also down. So down is the higher amount. Do you have the Switch Online to do the Cloud Island stuff? Yes. You do need to be paying either $3 a month or 50 something a year. Doesn't matter which package you have. You just have to have one or the other. All right, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Can we break 500,000 channel points? We can break 500,000. Can we break 600,000? Oh, we broke 600,000. We broke 500,000 strongly. All right, here we go. There's a 500,000 on the line. Let's go. And one school uniform with a ribbon. Let's find out. I'm going to go with the voters, which means I'm going to claim that it's going to be bigger. Ooh, nice Binks. Dude, I got one of those. What are you going to do? You going to mod it? My prediction's bigger. Okay, ready? This is the moment. Will it be the thrill of victory or the crush of defeat? Let's find out. Doubters reign supreme today. It was a 4. Doubters reign supreme today. Whew, that was stressful. I need more coffee. Whew, hey, Okay. All right, we're back. Thank you for your patience. I was stressed out of my mind. What up, X Clence? You did call it. Nice. Never doubt the almighty 4. Genji scammed us, not gonna lie. Ooh, Genji's photo. Sick, dude. That's my second Genji photo. That's massive. Wow. They usually just give you music when you leave their house. You only get a photo there if you get a 10% chance. There's a 10% chance anytime a villager gives you an item at max friendship to get a photo. Now, there could be some rules around the gift specifically from visiting that increases the odds, and I don't know if there's ever been information data mined on that. So like in theory, maybe the gift from the house is like a little bit higher chance. Either way, that's actually like a massive, that's like, to my knowledge, that's a 10% chance. So we already had Genji's photo though. So while that's awesome, it's not the biggest deal, you know. It would have been a bigger deal if it was another villager, but just for my, you know, my collection. Let's go see our other photos here real quick. Yo, good morning, Euphoria. Yeah, so now we have 2 Genji. We had 2 Tangy, but I gave one away to somebody. 3 Jingle. We got 2 June, but somebody gave me 1 June. 2 Rocco, but somebody gave me a Rocco. Yeah, this is my villager photo collection. And behind here is Sylvia's photo. She was one of my first villagers. So far, every villager photo here, you lived on my island at some point, except for Hans, which he did live here. Somebody gave me his photo, but I didn't get his photo from Hans. Yeah, every other photo here of the villagers, I actually got the photo from the villager. Yeah, 6 years of New Horizons today. Yeah, those storage sheds are separate from the house. You only earn these storage sheds after you completely pay off your whole debt. But you can also have somebody come and drop you one off. So if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you could have somebody come and drop you off a storage shed and you can use it for the rest of the game. If that's something you need, don't be afraid to ask. I'm sure we can help you out, buddy. It's too cold for this fan. I need to turn this fan off. I don't have socks on and my feetsies are cold. Love Fauna? Yeah, Fauna's cute. Munching a Lunchable, sipping on a Pacific Punch Monster and playing some Roots of Vodka. Wow, you were 2/3 of being a 90 kid. If you would have said playing some Super Mario World, I would have questioned if you were time traveling. Do 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 do. That is kind of weird, yeah. That's like going to you guys never went to Walmart and purchased a photo with a random default family in it and then kept the photo and just put it on the wall and pretended that it was your family? Oh no, just me? Oh wait, never mind. Oh, we have a lost villager here. Why did I think I only need 1 day? Do you live on Gale Island? I'm Penelope. I'm here on a sort of a celebrity scouting mission. No, not scouting celebs. I am a celeb, sort of. And I'm scouting out all the sightseeing opportunities here. So listen to this. I made all these plans for my time here, and then I totally forgot to book a hotel room. So I only get 1 day here. Ugh. I always do stuff like this. Follow me back to the hotel. What? The hotel is a room for me? I don't have to leave tonight? Oh my gosh, thank you. It means so much to me that I can see as much of Gale Island as I want. Well then, hotel, here I come. Abby May. I didn't realize how full my cup was. Oh. What's up, Cindy Alice? Get out of here. Just call me Martina McFly. I'm seeing two of the same messages in chat for some reason. Try refreshing. That's a pretty standard Twitch bug. Yeah. I see. If that will be the case, why don't you stay with us? By the way, about Penelope's room, why don't you set up a VIP room and put him in there? VIP room it is. A VIP room for me? Get out! Of course I'd love that. I guess my celebrity status is like official now. She said, get out. When me guests be happy, I be happy. We're going to prepare an extra special room. Oh, by the way, Hylian, for the room, did you want to pick out a theme or were you thinking you'd do more of a freestyle type thing? Nah, no need a theme. Where I'm going, we don't need a theme. Yeah. So the VIP rooms go away after you design them the next day. And then you can redo the hotel rooms, but you have to do the first 8 Pine Crossing. So if you can't redo a hotel room, you just need to do more of them. Like you unlock the ability to redo them, I think, in the story, basically. That's right, Cloud Sulk. You and me both, buddy. Your dad brought a frame for my graduation photo years back. All right, let's switch over and do mouse mode to build this and see how we feel about it. Let's see how we feel about designing in mouse mode this morning. Do. Yeah, let's see how we feel about it. Now that I'm getting comfortable with mouse mode from Pokopia, let's see how we feel about using it in this game. All right. I kind of want to just do a tiny home challenge. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go too hard here. I just want to design something silly here, though. Let's see what we're going to do. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's just leave the default room. Why should I buy the newer console when I can buy the older consoles? Yeah, sure. Why not? Older consoles are great. The games are expensive, but if you know what you're doing, you can even mod older consoles, right? So like you can mod a 3DS XL and it can pretty much play 64, I think maybe not 64 games. So Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, DS, 3DS. And modding it is like not hard at all. So all right, I have a vision, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the vision. It all depends on... Okay, you know what? There is something that I can do for this. Okay, sick. Here it is. The Gloucester cheese. All right, this is going to be the main point of our design here. All right, let's go. Let's get a little funky with it. All right, let's get a little funky with it real quick. All right, we just need a table to put the cheese on. It doesn't really matter what the table looks like. Let's just put it on this one. Do 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 do. You want to check out old DS games? I recommend checking out Fossil Fighters. I never played that. Fossil Fighters? It's a maze. Yeah, I'm making a maze. Do, 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 do. You got me, partner. An old Game Boy Micro ad? Wait, what? That's going over my head. I don't know the reference. The one where the mouse is humping the Game Boy? I do know the reference now. I do know that commercial. I think we watched it on stream, did we not? Yeah, you played it on stream. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a pretty crazy freaking ad, to be fair. Doom, 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 doom.
Good morning, H-Day Smiler.
Yo, what's up, Jackie? Hey, welcome in. Thanks for coming to help us do a little bit of Animal Crossing here. Animal Crossing 6th birthday today. Boom, 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 boom. I think I do just want all the room I can get here. Such a mean VIP room. What? What? There's nothing mean about it. It's gonna be great. Boom, 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 boom. Doing a maze with smaller rooms would be quite hard. Yeah, we'll figure out what we're doing here. Don't worry. We're just gonna keep tinkering for now. Sometimes you gotta just tinker, dude. You gotta have some fun and you gotta tinker. And take these windows out. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yo, Rocket, welcome to the show. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's feeling all right today on this lovely Friday. A long time ago, I used to have a dandelion colored Game Boy Color. Nice. Mine was turquoise. As a kid, mine was turquoise. That was my favorite Game Boy, dude. Until I bought my own DS. Once I bought my own DS, I finally like felt like I had surpassed my turquoise Game Boy Color, and I laid it to rest, if you will. Because I was just balling like that as a kid, you know? I had a little snow shoveling job. I was able to buy my own consoles. So then when my parents tried to take them away when I was being bad, I could be like, this is mine. I own this. That never worked out for me. But, you know, as a kid, you think you know everything. I'm not sure what to do with VIP rooms since they don't last. Yeah, just have fun. That's the thing. These VIP rooms are hopefully a way for you to just have fun and to not like overthink stuff. Just have fun with it. That's what I think these are all about. It's like a way for them to almost encourage you to like care less about what you're building and to focus on the fun side of the game. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I look at this stuff. It's like, just have fun with it, dude. Do something super goofy that doesn't matter at all. Like a mouse maze. Like, who cares? You know, like, take a picture of it, just move on, live your life. Right? I think that's the thing. I think a lot of designers and decorators don't know that feeling of like taking away the permanency of something you do and just doing it to be creative in the moment. And this is by no means me calling anybody out, but like, I think it's really important sometimes to just be creative for the moment. Like, just be creative for the moment with no intentions of ever giving that creativity to anybody or to anyone, or not for future pictures. Just create and then move on. Take a deep breath and be like, satisfied that you just colored a picture that you crumpled up and threw in the garbage can. Because like, sometimes creativity is important to just be that. You know, it doesn't need to be anything else. So, well, again, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live or feel. I think that sometimes just being creative to be just for funsies, just think that's why cooking, see, I see cooking as that kind of creativity. Because cooking, you eat it and it's gone. And unless you take a picture, your art is over. And that's why I think chefs are some of the more fun artists, because everything that a chef does without a picture taken is gone. Imagine somebody ate the Mona Lisa. That was only going to be cool for the people in the moment, in the era, and the artist. And then they would have passed away and we would have never heard about the greatness of the Mona Lisa because they would have ate it. And we might have some dusty photo of it or something. Like who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes art doesn't need to be digested. It doesn't need to be strung along. You know what I mean? You just do it and have fun and move on. Turns out it's cake, you know? So yeah, like, if you're struggling with figuring out what to do with, if you're struggling with what to do with these freaking, with these VIP rooms, consider just not doing anything with them. Like, just have fun. Like, just get goofy with it, dude. You know, dude, I spent 4 hours on stream designing a VIP room. I took a screenshot of it, and that's all I have. It's gone. Yeah, it's, you know, like, it makes me not want to put effort into designing then. And that's fair. That's totally your take on creativity, right? Nobody can tell you how to feel and be creative. All I'm saying personally is that that's how I look at the art in this game. It's a fleeting thing that you just do in the moment to express yourself. If you don't agree or you don't feel that way, then, you know, if anything, I feel bad for you, because I think that if you can learn how to appreciate things in the moment, I think that you would be happier when it comes to your art. But like, that's not my business to judge you or anything. Like, I don't really care, you know? You know, whatever. I just don't like change, you know? I've been embracing change my whole life, so that's definitely a learned skill, not a trait that you're born with. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, I've had to abruptly move so many times in my life and stuff, because like my family was a little bit, let's just say, like, impoverished, you know? So like, I've had so many times in my life where we just abruptly had to move everything, and like, literally, like, we woke up in the morning and it's like, pack everything you can, we have to go, we're being evicted. And it's like, oh. So I just like, I naturally am just kind of acquainted with change, you know? So like, I totally understand. I think adapting to change is a learned skill. It's not something that everyone's good at. So I just be chilling, dude. Bum 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 bum. Life without change would be hella boring. I mean, yeah. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Dang, you know what? I do want the full-size room. I do want the full-size room because I want to hide this entrance. I want to send her in this direction. She has to be able to squeeze. They can't use the squeeze technique. So we have to, they can't use the squeeze technique, right? So we have to be like weirdly careful about that. They can't use the cool squeeze technique like we can. So if I want her to actually find the cheese, which is my goal here, I have to like make an actual doorway for her. Okay, so like it has to be a 2-space. Otherwise, she's not going to find the cheese. I think it's fun to have some rooms you can decorate over and over again. I'll be sad when I finish the hotel and the HHP. Yeah. All right, we're going to see if she could find the cheese. We're going to try to get her there. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so I want to actually go in this direction first. And I want to close this down. Yeah, the VIP rooms are weird. I imagine most people probably don't like the VIP rooms because they're not permanent. I imagine most people feel that way. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. I just like the music. I'm happy they made brand new music for this update. Do 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 do. Okay, because I stretched the room out, I need to fix the entrance real quick. Let me go do that. If she uses left wall stretch, she'll find it in no problem. The left wall stretch, I forgot about that for mazes, yeah. Well, I need to fix my entrance, oops. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, wait, I'm supposed to be using mouse mode. Let's see how mouse mode feels. See, they let me use the left side to control the camera, which feels nice. So how do I pick it up? That's how you rotate. I can pick up with Z. Okay, that's not bad. Honestly, I'm just so efficient using the controller. It feels like I'm just slowing myself down using the mouse mode. I guess that's the problem with mouse mode in most games, is that you do kind of just feel like you're slowing yourself down a little bit. Like, you know, like why I'm just used to gaming with the controller. Why does it matter? Right? That's kind of the problem with the whole idea of mouse mode on the Switch. Unless it's just absolutely required to enjoy the game, then you can't help but ask yourself, like, why? like why am I using the mouse? Does it matter? Bum, 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 bum. Do, do. Boom, 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 boom. Trickmaster vibes? What's that? Is that like a game or something? I don't know what that is. This room is mouse mode. Get out of here. All right, I need some more of these. I knew it. The trick house from, yes, I knew it. I'm like, dude, I think he's talking about Ruby Sapphire. I remember that house. The Trickmaster. Do, 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 do. Dude, I remember that. Is that where you got Trick Room from or something? Isn't that when they introduced the ability Trick Room to the game? Trick Room was such a crazy concept to me. I didn't understand its value at all as a kid. It was such a ridiculous concept to me. I was like, why would I want to do that? I remember asking myself, like, why would I want to switch? I remember asking myself that question, like, why would I want to do that? Turns out Trick Room ends up being one of the coolest mechanics in Pokemon history. Like, from a competitive standpoint, it's super cool. Dang, I don't have enough room up here to do more unless I pull this wall down. That's what I could do this and say screw the pillars. Who cares if it looks good? Oh, well, that didn't matter. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Trickmaster vibes. I thought for a second I thought you were talking about a rapper. Isn't there a rapper, Trick Daddy? Isn't that a isn't Trick Daddy a rapper? All right. All right, anyways, I'm done with mouse mode. That was a fun test. Mouse mode's cool. Thanks, Nintendo. All right. All done. She said it would be memorable for a guest. Yeah, for sure. Very memorable. Welcome home. This VIP room is just for moi? I am speechless. Well, almost speechless. I still have some speech. Mostly questions. Like, are you sure I get to stay here? Yeah. At least we know she's healthy and she knows how to question things. Too late now. No takesies, backsies. I'm the happiest VIP. Yeah, because she smells the cheese. She smells the cheese. Yo, what up, Wavy? All right, let's go see how she's doing. Has she figured the maze out yet? Nope. She's stuck halfway through. Is she gonna make it? Let's see if she makes it. Oh. Dang, she can't figure it out. Come on, girl. You can get to the cheese. Come on. Oh, she's coming back. She's not sure what to do. Dang, she's lost, dude. She's stuck. That's the wrong way. You're supposed to use the left wall method. What are you doing? She's trying to analyze her surroundings. Okay, she's going for it. She's going back for the cheese. She's going back for the cheese. Let's see if she can make it, dude. Okay, here she goes. Okay, dude, she's caught the scent. She's caught the scent of the Glorkeister cheese. Okay, dude, is she gonna make it? Oh, dude, she's cruising. Oh, she stopped again to analyze her surroundings. Okay. No, no, she got caught in the trap. No, no, what are you doing? You don't want to go that way. That's a dead end. Oh no, oh no, no, she's trapped. Oh wait, dude, no, I messed up. She can't get to the cheese. She can't get to the cheese. I messed up the whole design. There's no way to the cheese. I'm terrible. Let's get out of here before somebody calls PETA, dude. Let's go. Oh, frick, dude. I accidentally didn't leave a 2 space. I told you, gotta leave 2 spaces. Villagers can't walk through. Oh, man, I didn't mean to drop the ball. Dang it, dude. I was really hoping to watch her get to the cheese. Like a real fun fair rigged from the start. We gotta make changes. Let's go, Penelope. I got a gift sub, and your Jambet emote is so good. Yo, thank you, Leela. I hope you enjoy. I love my Jambet emote. Isn't that good? It was an escape room. She failed. Nah, I can't believe we dropped the ball here. All right, hold on. All we have to do is get rid of this pillar, close this wall, pull this over, grab this. All right, all done. Can't wait to read her review on Yelp about your hotel. Got back on ACNH lately. I took a break because of life. Was busy with a 1.5-year-old, but I'm playing again. It makes my heart happy. Been playing since the GameCube days. Nice, Oshi. Oh, wait, did I reset the room? Oh, frick, did I? Oh, dang, I thought just leaving would get me out of there. Oh, well, I'm over it. You know, I still haven't got the consoles available for sale in my game. Did we ever get a confirmation on how we unlock that, or are we still just throwing our own experiences out there and trying to guess? Last I checked, there was like 5 different ways to get the consoles to go on sale. Do we actually have an answer now? I like stopped caring about it because everyone was telling me different things. I was like, they're like, you need to get 5,000 of these points saved up. I'm like, so is it 5,000 points total, or do I have to save them and not spend them? Because like, if it's 5,000, that sucks because I've spent like 2,000 on loot. So they're like encouraging me not to spend the money, I guess. Like I just have to like not spend the money. No, nice wild card. Yeah, Pal World was cool. I played it super early on and the bugs ended up pushing me away, but I had fun while I played it. I've heard it's a lot better now though. I was broke when mine showed up. Ah, interesting, yeah. What do I need for this? I need 3 of each type of pansy. Ooh, dang. Oh, I need 2 shell fountains. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I wonder if it's tied to an achievement. I wonder what if it's tied to an achievement. How do I open up my phone? Because I wonder if I need to do more achievements. That's how you get it, right? Maybe it's tied to DIY goods wanted, or take tours to the hotel, or decorate a hotel room. I bet you this is what it's tied to. Is there any chance you remember what you did to activate Happy's fixing the swimming pool quest? Yeah, I just kept talking to her and interacting with her. Apparently there's like a known bug with Happy's quest though, so you... But yeah, I did those 3 and I got it. I can't believe it's been 6 years since release. I know, isn't that crazy? Isn't that absolutely bonkers? It's been 6 years. Absolutely bonkers, dude. Bananas gorilla. Yeah, because I haven't... I've only been really shipping stuff like once a week, you know? If that. Yeah, I can't make this stuff. I need whole wheat flour and regular flour. So do you make that stuff at a crafting table, or do we make that at the oven? I can't remember. Let's see. Oh, yeah, right here. It's weird that you don't have the hotel yet. Yeah, you gotta have 3 stars on your island, and you gotta... You know, and whatever. Stuff like that. I was wondering why Happy wasn't doing anything. She's not even got the option to follow me, and she's pulling down my environment level. Yeah, you have to like talk to her and do her quest line. So for me, the way it happened is like, first I found her crying, then I set up her little room, then she went outside on the deck, and she started talking about a cash register. Then I had to set up her cash register. And then after I gave her power and set up the cash register, then she asked for the pool, and then I set up the pool. Those were the 3 quests that she did in a row. I couldn't get Torkoal to walk to the Pokemon platform on the Pokemon Center. I wonder if I had changed the ground tiles or something. All of a sudden, he just decided it was fine, and he walked all the way to it. I facepalmed so hard. Torkoal's a little bit finicky, that's for sure. I need 3 required, dude. She won't even give me quest. She just wants to trade and walk around the deck. Those were the same quest I got? Yeah. So maybe do some progress from other quests in that zone. Yeah, that might help, right? Looks like you brought tons of DIY stuff, Yar. Now that makes me delivery tips even more worthwhile. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Captain. I've got her being outside in the register, but that's it. Yeah. So once you bring power to her and you get the register set up and she starts trading, then I came back. I was like, I don't know what I got distracted and I like came back. I left and then I came back and then she was talking about the pool. Yeah, so you might have to just like do other stuff, or you might just have to ignore her for now. Wii or Wii U? Which one's better? Well, the Wii is better because the Wii U can play Wii games, but the Wii U can't play GameCube games. So you have to do one or the other. So the Wii can play GameCube games, so if you like GameCube, or the Wii U can play Wii games, and it's also HD, and that's the difference. So it's up to you. I think the Wii U is a little better because you can mod it, and you can play GameCube games on it. You can have the best of both worlds, right? So the Wii U is the better console in the long run, I think. But I think it's a little harder to mod. Wii U can also play DS games. Yeah, so like the Wii U is the better console, but it just depends on what you're trying to do and why you're doing it. So Happiny has a second quest after the one with the alarm clock, which started on the next day after the quest for me. So you probably need to check back tomorrow and do the second quest, and then you can move Happiny. Happiny has a quest on the boat, but it's like a chain quest from Piplup. I'm having the same issue, and my Piplup stays a lot next to the fountain, but no quest. Same, Piplup, no matter where I have them, goes waddling back to the fountain. I've reconstructed it. I reconstructed, and Happy's just stuck chilling near the register. Does this change for anybody? I managed to make it stop. I remember I skipped the dialogue that mentioned Psyduck, but wasn't really a request. But I did get a Psyduck in the next zone, so I brought it back with me, and then the last Piplup request became unstuck, and now it left the fountain alone. So there you go. All I did was a quick Google search. So it sounds like you might need to go and bring Psyduck from a different zone. You need to spawn Psyduck in, maybe, or something like that. So try bringing Psyduck over. Here's the link to the Reddit post. Hopefully that helps. Could just be a bug. You could just maybe move on and do something else till later. Has anybody figured out how to rehome Happiny? Every time I talk to it, I get the same response. I can have Happiny follow me and relocate her no problem, so I assume that it may be an unfinished quest. Yes, that's what I was thinking too, but I have no missions for her. It potentially could be a future quest that hasn't been initiated yet. I recently returned to Bleak Beach late game and had a few quests, including a Happiny one. Besides that, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Oh, so far, Happiny quest was the alarm clock. I hope I can move her because I need my environment level to go up, and she's still at iffy. Yes, Happiny has another quest or two you'll unlock a little later. In regard to the brown water, a little later in the story, Piplup will assign a quest revolving around the brown water. I still have the same bug. She will not leave the cash register even though her habitat is next to it. I improved it and she will not come to see. Did you manage to fix it? Yes, there's a mission that you get to pick up, but I think you don't get it until you upgrade your leaf ability. Piplup gives you a mission, and once you complete it, you can do another mission with Happiny. I had to tell her that that's enough trading for the day. That's what I did. I clicked on Happiny And I said, enough trading today. Stop. Then she activated the pool quest. Then I took away the register and the counter and I moved her habitat to the beach area and assigned her to it. There you go. All right. So I don't know. That's it. So I did the Google search for you guys. Hopefully that helps. You can go to the Pokopia channel in the Discord if you have any more questions. And you could also try poking around the internet yourself and seeing if other people have had this issue. But those were the first 3 Reddit posts that came up in Google when I looked it up for you. That's all I got for you. So otherwise, there's obviously a little bit of weird stuff around this quest. If you're just absolutely convinced that it's not working no matter what you do, I would just say, then don't care for now. I would just go do something else because it's not that big of a deal. It's just one Pokemon. And if it's really affecting your environment level that much, just bring more Pokemon over. The more Pokemon in an area, the easier it is to get that environment level up. There's probably a way to work around it. So yeah, I would just chill out. I would maybe do something else. Yo, what's up? How you doing today? Altsicilus? I don't know. I'll just call you Alt, we said. First time watching you play AC. Whenever you have a second, could you show me what you have on your island? Oh, yeah, sure. I had to Google why Wooper wasn't giving me the Suck Water quest. I had to do more work on Rocky Ridges. Right, like this whole game is like kind of intertwined with each other and there's a bunch of different quests and stuff. So like, yeah, I encourage you, if you can't figure out something, to try to go do other things, try to work on other stuff. Try to make sure that you're doing all the requests from all the Pokemon. Just because you beat the game doesn't mean you've done all the requests, right? Like, for example, Trubbish has a quest that leads to Happiny. And if you haven't gone back and turned that quest back into Trubbish, that could be affecting something. You know, with a new game that can't be data mined, it seems like the developers are fixing things pretty fast. And yeah, there you go. Hopefully that helps. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum. Oh yeah, my villagers. I feel betrayed. It's Animal Crossing New Horizons' 6th birthday today. And this time, exactly on this day of the week, 6 years ago, we were playing this game for the first time. I was starting my first island. Ione, squirrels. Tullen, the new bird boy. Lucky the dog. Lobo the wolf. I have Grizzly the bear, Genji the rabbit, Tengi, of course, Shep the dog. I have Petri the mouse, and I have Frobert the frog. Yeah, I remember you popping in with the raid, yeah. On the same day, yeah, same day and everything today. It's pretty cool. I didn't get it on release. Yeah, we played at midnight release, and then I started a second save file at 8 in the morning, or 7 in the morning at that time for my audience, because I normally stream at 7 in the morning back then. Now it's 8. So we were starting our second save file at this point and starting the game fresh so that we could play with everybody who was starting fresh and who missed me kind of interacting with the beginning of the game for those first like 6 or 8 hours that we did overnight. It was pretty awesome. I didn't get this game till 2021. So we for those that are new to my channel, we had like a whole build up to this. So at the time I was streaming all the old Animal Crossings. I started my channel on the original AC games all the way up to New Leaf, and we were playing New Leaf every day. In the bottom right corner of our stream, we had a timer that was counting down days, hours, minutes, seconds, and we built up for like 6 months probably 4 months, maybe 3 or 4 months, we had a timer going. We were highly anticipating this game the whole time. And then on March 15th, they released the Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch that I had pre-ordered, and I bought 2 of them, and we gave 1 of them away. And then I had the Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch, and I unboxed it on stream. You can find it, the videos on YouTube. And we unboxed it and everything. We gave 1 away. Like it was all like a super epic moment on the channel. So yeah, like I was well prepared for the release of this game back then, and it was a big iconic moment in our stream journey. Something we had built up for months. We watched all the directs and trailers leading up to it. It was an amazing experience. So yeah, it's a pretty special day for me, and I wanted to take a breather from Pokemon to celebrate today. Yeah, Brittany BCH was the person who won the giveaway for the digital code the night before. Yeah, we gave away a digital copy of Animal Crossing the night before. And then somebody else showed up and gave away 2 more copies of Animal Crossing the same day. And like one of them was like, I think Sunshine Avenue won one of them. Like it was crazy. It was super, super epic. Wish I would have known about Twitch back then. Yeah. We were pretty deep in the sauce waiting for this game. So yeah, we had to come back and commemorate the day here. Look, Ione's trying to move again. It's not happening, Ione. No, maybe not. She had a fight with Genji. I said something I shouldn't have, and I felt really bad about it. And I got him a gift to make up. I'm having a hard time facing him right now, though. So I was hoping maybe you could deliver it for me. Ooh. Have you always streamed Animal Crossing? Yeah, since my 4th ever stream. And it was my 5th ever stream and my 3rd morning stream. I did 2 night streams. I took a Sunday off. I took the Monday off. Then I streamed Sonic Adventure and the Chow Garden Tuesday and Wednesday morning. No, it was Monday, Tuesday morning. And then Wednesday morning, March like 29th, maybe March 3rd or 30th. This was all the way back in 2019. I decided to load up Animal Crossing GameCube on an emulator because I had an emulator save file going at the time because I didn't have a GameCube yet. Well, I didn't get another GameCube yet because I had lost my first one. And yeah, so I started streaming Animal Crossing GameCube, and then it just clicked, and I just kept doing it. It felt like something I could build around, and it was already something I was building around on Tumblr and like other social places, but I just never had a computer to stream. So I was like, all right, you know what? This actually makes sense. I'm going to keep doing it. And then quickly I realized I wanted to do more. So then I started doing Wild World, and I bought a Wii U. I went out and bought a Wii U, and I got Wild World on the Virtual Console. And then I tried to emulate City Folk, and it kept blue screening my computer. So I had to stop emulating City Folk, and that's when I decided to buy the Wii U. So I was emulating Wild World. So then I bought the Wii U and I bought a copy of City Folk for $14. I got Wild World on the Virtual Console, and then at that point, I was able to play the first 3 Animal Crossings, and I would rotate them. Then, about another month after that, I realized that I needed to start playing New Leaf, because New Leaf was like at the time the newest AC game, and I was like, man, I have to start playing New Leaf, or I'm not going to be able to grow, because these older games don't have the same following. So then I finagled my way into streaming New Leaf directly off my 3DS. I went and bought a $400 3DS, and I modded it. Yeah, I bought the Wii U for $100. Yep. So I went and bought a $300 3DS, a Pikachu edition. I modded it so I could stream New Leaf. And that's how I managed to stream all the Animal Crossing games And I've been streaming all the AC games since like my first couple weeks of streaming ever. And I've just been doing it ever since. We still, to this day, play all the retro games on the channel, including New Horizons. We play Pocket Camp. We've done 2 full series marathons where we've played all the games over a month and a week. We've done just countless playthroughs of all the games. Yeah, I'm full in on my Animal Crossing journey here as a streamer. Yo, what up, Rachel Green Tea? What's going on? Hey, there's a difference between doing squats and squatting. Whoa, dude, calm down. I'm just here to deliver something, you boob. I think that's how I found you. It was a little while later. After I'd played through the main storyline, I was designing my island for the second time, and I think I stumbled on your streams here on Twitch one day. So, here you go, dude. Huh? Something from Ione for me? I wonder what this is. Well, only one way to find out. An Argyle vest. Very cool. I can't wait to show off my new gear. Do you need it all? No, I don't know anything about that. Oh, why don't you try it on? Good thinking, bud. Check it out. Hey, he's matching me. Nice. The black Argyle, baby. Sick. From green to black. Looks great on you. Nice. Thanks for making the delivery, Maximum. Guess I should probably be buds with Ione again. It's a small reward for a big favor, but I'd like you to have an open collar shirt. Are the older stream VODs saved? No, not much from the first year, but yeah, I have scattered bits of 2019 saved, and I have scattered bits of 2020 up until the summer saved. But a lot of that stuff is lost in time, and most of my content, most of my New Horizons journey isn't really preserved until summer 2020 when we first did our Genji villager hunt. But as far as my stream journey in general from 2019 until New Horizons came out, so those from March to March, basically, weirdly enough, that first year, that stuff's all scatter bits are saved here and there. So yeah, you go to the YouTube. Now it's not all released because it used to all be on Twitch, but then Twitch made me move it all to YouTube, and it's not all released yet. A lot of it's still hidden because Twitch sucks and made me move everything. So to answer your question, it's like, yeah, I do have access to a good amount of my playthroughs from 2019, but it's probably not all released yet. I'm still kind of combing through all the content because I had to move 8,000 hours of content in like a 2-month period. It was like a massive panic last year while I was also moving my home for the first time in 5 years. And so I'm still recovering from this and like trying to like get all my content available, and like it's just like a thing, dude. So yeah, at some point you'll be able to dig through my YouTube and you'll find some of those old 2019 playthroughs, my Stardew journey and some of the bits and pieces of that. If you go back to my VODs, Paper Mario Origami King was a 2019 playthrough. So was my first Link's Awakening playthrough, which I need to release that. So like the oldest playthrough on the channel at the moment is probably Origami King. Was Origami King 2020 or 2019? I think it was 2019. I think it was 2019 for Origami King. I believe it was, yeah. So yeah, we played Origami King. That playthrough's pretty ancient. I have a couple old. I have like my 2021 New Horizons playthrough on YouTube. I have a couple old GameCube playthroughs on YouTube as well. My 2020 Luigi's Mansions on YouTube. So yeah, I'm still getting there. I'm still figuring out how to get it all cleaned up and released. And I can safely say that if I go over here to my studio for you, let me go check real quick. And if I go to videos and I flip it and reverse it to the date, and then I scroll through just a little bit, let me see here. It seems like some of the oldest stuff that I'll be able to release for y'all here, like at some point, would be like, let's see here. Yeah, give me just a moment. I have to get through all the Blathers broadcast stuff real quick. So yeah, so I have like scattered bits and pieces, like when I played Kirby's Adventure in one sitting, when I have a bunch of stuff when I played Wargroove. I have some of my original Animal Crossing GameCube clips, like minute-long clips. I have some like Breath of the Wild stuff from like 2019. I have my full Mega Man 11 playthrough from 2019. I have a bunch more Breath of the Wild stuff. So Mega Man 11 is the first full playthrough I have available from 2019. And that was like my first month of streaming. I have some Smash Brothers Ultimate VODs for y'all. I have some Katamari stuff from 2019 to release. More Breath of the Wild. Some Nintendo Direct reactions. Oh, Twilight Princess HD VODs from 2019. Ooh, 100%. Ooh, Pokemon Sword and Shield. I have the full Pokemon Sword and Shield playthrough from 2019. Ooh, so yeah, I got some goodies. I have a bunch of New Leaf villager hunts, or sorry, island tours. So we used to do a bunch of New Leaf Island tours. I have a bunch of New Leaf Island tours for y'all. I have a 6-month streaming and affiliate celebration where I streamed for 12 hours and I did my first ever media share, and the chat made me watch a bunch of crazy stuff. I have a 12-hour A Link to the Past playthrough. I did A Link to the Past in one sitting that I have to release from 2019. And I think that's about it. Then we start to enter 2024, and yeah, that's the end. Majora's Mask, it looks like. Yeah, so I mean, I got some stuff for y'all. I'll get this stuff released here soon, but I don't have a ton of content from that era. My first ever Christmas special, dude, hold on. I'm going to pull this up on stream real quick. Hold on, look, dude. 2019 Christmas special, dude. Look at your boy here. Hold on. We did a bunch of old retro, like we did a bunch of old like a bunch of old retro like a Sega Genesis games and stuff. Look, dude, look how small my beard was. Look. So this was like a week after I announced that I was becoming a full-time streamer. I made it public. I was a full-time streamer secretly for 2 months before this. And then I announced officially that December that I was like, all right, I'm going to be a full-time streamer, everybody. And thanks for supporting. And that's when I made it like an official announcement at that point. Yeah. And like all of a sudden, like it's like a blackout happens, dude. All of a sudden, like a blackout happens. I go from 2019 to Genji Villager Hunt 2020. And you want to know what that blackout was? The release of New Horizons. I was streaming 16-hour days, 12-hour days. And like I was doing it all myself, and I just became a partner on Twitch. My channel kind of blew up. And I didn't preserve anything from pretty much the end of February 2020 to summer 2020. I lost like 6 months of content. I blacked out, just like everyone else in the world. We all just like blacked out due to COVID and stuff. That was me. I just straight like blacked out, and I have no recollection of like the 6 months. I just know we played a lot of New Horizons, and a lot of it's lost to time. Like, it's funny. Like, I literally go, look, Look at my VODs here. Look at this VOD's name. Watch this. Less than 24 hours remain. The release of New Horizons, right? Less than 24 hours remain. The literal next available VOD is Genji's Villager Hunt in June. I legitimately just lost like 5 months of content to time. And it sucks. It sucks that I lost like a huge chunk of my journey, but like, what can I do, man? Like, I can't dwell on the past. You know what I mean? Like, it just happened that way. Like, I was doing it all myself, and like, I couldn't keep up, man. I could not keep up. And I eventually just like, I pulled myself out of the hole. I started trying to preserve content. I realized I was making a mistake, and I started pulling all my content back out, dude. But yeah, my original New Horizons journey isn't as strongly established. It isn't until that first Genji Villager Hunt right here, and we went for 7 days straight, and we brought Genji home. It was pretty epic. I do still have all of my screenshots from my Switch, correct. One day I'm gonna take them all and put them in a big collage. I thought about doing that. Putting them in like a big memory collage or something. Genji's been on this island, yeah, for 6 years. Well, since June 2020. So yeah. Genji's been here since the very beginning. Same thing with Tangy. We scanned Tangy in with an amiibo card. Dang, Santa was young. That wasn't Santa, that was Kris Kringle. That wasn't Santa, that was Kris Kringle, dude. Did you really start growing your beard after you left the food industry? Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to grow my beard, chat. The industry didn't let me. Between the food industry and between the retail industry, I wasn't able to grow my beard longer than some scruff, because like every job I had, the manager was like, no, you can't do that. So it wasn't until September 2019 when I secretly quit my job that I was finally able to start growing my beard. So what you saw in that video at Christmas was my beard growing for 2 months. Retail doesn't make sense. Yeah, some retail associates just don't like the look of it. You know, the beard was a landmark of your freedom. Yeah, it is. Yeah. My beard will be 7 years old this September. It's nuts. Meanwhile, chat's like, something's off. Yeah. Back then, everyone's like, what's going on here? Let's get our coffee. Too many companies see beards as unprofessional. I think 5-6 years ago, even more so. Nowadays, beards are even more acceptable than they were 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, beards were even more acceptable than they were 10 years ago. So yeah, I think nowadays I could totally rock. If I went, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Here's the difference though. There's a difference between going to a job with a fully grown beard and saying, I want to be a retail associate, and going to a job and starting to grow a beard while you're working there, because the phase that you go through makes you look homeless. And that's what people didn't want. So if you started growing a beard out while you're working at a retail job, you look homeless and messy for like 2-3 months. Especially if you're like letting it grow fully so you could start shaping it. And that's the thing that I was never allowed to do. But if I were to go to get a job now with a fully well-kept beard, it would look respectable. They'd be like, oh, nice. You have a very full, well-kept beard. We'll hire you. That's the difference. So I could never grow my beard because I could never have the time to grow it during the job. I needed like 3 months off of work or something. You know, and so it wasn't until I quit the job where I finally was able to start growing it to make it look nice, right? Because the first 2-3 months of a beard looks terrible unless you're already starting to shape it and clean it up. But here's the thing. If you shape and clean your beard up from the beginning, then you're not getting the full beard. There's a difference. If you're shaping and cleaning your beard up from very beginning of growth, then you're not like, you're already like stunting the growth of the beard. You're already manipulating it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to grow my beard out and not touch it for 3 months. Then you go in and you control it, you clean it, you shape it. You need to go through that growth phase if you want to get a nice full beard. We're talking fullness. If you go in there and you're already shaping and trimming, at that point, you're not growing a beard. You got some scruff that you're cleaning up on your face. Right? There's a big difference. So like, it depends on your beard. There are some people that are blessed with a full beard from the very beginning of growth. I'm sure we've all seen that. And those people are lucky, but that's the exception to the rule, y'all. Most men go through the homeless phase for 2 to 3 months while you grow a beard. If I have any gentlemen in the chat, feel free to sound off. And if you have any smelly hubbies out there, you know what I'm saying. Most men, it looks all patchy and weird, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? It just looks like you accidentally forgot to shave. And that's not a good look for anybody. But there's rare few men that can like grow a beard as full as it's gonna be right out the gate. That's not what facial hair does. You have to give it time to start to look good. Yeah, the struggle phase. And the struggle phase can be 5 weeks to 3 months, depending on the person. My struggle phase was like 2 months long. And then I was finally stopped itching like a madman. I was finally able to start having a real beard. So like, that's the problem. It doesn't look intentional until it's very full and intentional. Mine isn't very patchy, so maybe less than a week. Right. Like some people do have the ability to grow a beard and it just looks good from the get-go. I wasn't one of those people. And you want to know why? I can actually tell you what my biggest fault was. My beard hair is really light. My facial hair is really light. Now you guys don't see it, but let me show you guys. Look at some of my facial hair closer up. Now it's really light. So when I grow my beard in, it looks patchy because you can't see all the hair from a distance. It's really light when it's small. It wasn't until it started growing out that it got darker. So my growth phase looks terrible, dude. It looks all patchy and it looks like I'm just a dude who didn't shave in the morning. It's like, it doesn't look good at all until I start to get more color in the beard. Then it's like, oh, wow, okay, you got a nice looking beard. So that was my problem. And again, every man's beard and every human's beard is different, and you're going to have different problems, right? Mine was that my hair was way too light, so it didn't look good. I see the gray there in front. Oh yeah, I got some whites and grays in there for sure. I recently took my beard off and went with the mustache this year. Nice. Nice, dude. It's distinguished. It's because of you, Chad. No, I was told young that the hair genetics in my family on my dad's side led to like very fast graying and whiting. Like my grandfather on my dad's side had a full like white hair, like full white. And my dad had salt and pepper even at like 35. But then as you get older, they say that your hair genes actually come from your mother. But I don't know if that's the same for facial hair or like for coloring of hair. I don't know. I don't know the rules of engagement. All I know is that we don't actually know my mom's dad. We never met him. He was never in our lives. So I don't know, but I was told for most of my life that I would have gray and white hair very young and to expect it. And so far it's kind of coming true because my beard is already just starting to slowly fade into white. So we'll see. I could very well have like a full white beard by 40, which could be kind of cool. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. You could be Santa for real. Yeah, whatever. I think that would be cool. I'd go full Gandalf on it. But I'm such a mixed bag of cultures that I have no idea what to expect. I've got some sort of like Spaniard or something in me. German, Polish, Italian. Like, there could be some Puerto Ricans somewhere in there. I have no idea what to expect. Would you ever dye your beard? Nah, I'm good. Gandalf cosplay coming. Yeah, no, I would never dye my beard. I'm not interested in doing that. Oh, wait, I gotta pull up the YouTube chat. I did it again. Rick, I gotta be careful about that. I lost YouTube chat temporarily. Sorry, y'all. You should put the clown music parade music in there for her. How you doing today, Misty Darko? You almost made it to your 7-year dungeon beard that you mentioned previously. What's up, Sophia? Hey, sorry I missed y'all in the YouTube chat. I'm real sorry. I'm trying to figure out. I keep accidentally clicking away from the chat, and I'm used to the backup chat and just whatever. I'll figure it out. I've been doing a lot of changes to my stream setup. All right, I'm back. Daywalker here. My beard is red in summer. Yeah. I want, my whole goal with growing my beard out was to grow out a 7-year dungeon beard, and we're almost there. Yeah, we might throw a birthday party. Yo, what up, Majinx? I got you. I can see you. Ooh, nice. Thank you, Ace Mage. My kid told my hubs to get a handlebar curly mustache, and this hair is about to change our lives. What? Not the handlebar, dude. My mustache is a little longer than I normally keep it right now. I'll probably trim it tonight. Your island's so much bigger than ours. So much real estate. Yeah, it only feels that way because I've recently gutted my whole island. Yeah, I recently gut my whole island because I'm designing the Lost Woods. Yeah, I've straightened my beard before. The only reason I don't straighten it right now is because I want to buy a nice low temperature straightening iron. Because all hair straightening does some level of damage to the hair, unfortunately. It just depends on like the level of damage. And beard hair is like a little different than head hair. So you do have to be a little bit more careful about the straightener you use. Like from what I've read, you're not really supposed to use a regular hair straightener on a beard. And if you do, you want to make sure that it has a really low temp option, because you don't want to be going high temp with a beard at all, apparently. So that's the only reason I haven't really experimented more with straightening my beard, is because I just need to go buy a hair straightener, because I don't just want to use my girls or whatever. Can you use heat protectant on your beard? Yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't even know how any of that works. I've only done a very little bit of research. And like, yeah, but I would like to straighten my beard eventually. And I think it would actually be a dope look for my beard, because my beard is naturally curly, and it does naturally curl up and like tighten up. So like, it would be cool to straighten out, see what I'm really working with here. Yo, what up, Flip Toast? Yeah, the hot comb. That's actually what you're recommended with the beard. Yes. Yes, that's what I've seen beard users do. It's like a comb that has a little extra heat to it, and it kind of straightens the beard. Yes, that's what I've read about. The hot comb. It's like a thing, dude. And it's like nice and low temp, and it doesn't do the same damage that a straightening iron does. The hot comb, dude. You were thinking about getting one? Yeah, I'm thinking about picking one up. I'll try it eventually. And I have braided my beard once, but only once as a joke. And my beard just like wasn't quite long enough to like make it really fun. But that was a long time ago, like 2021. So I have a feeling now if I were to braid my beard, it would actually be long enough to like kind of go down like pretty far and like be like a set of, because like the first time I tried, the braids were not that long. You know, and like, you know what I mean? It like just, it didn't quite hit. So, but I think my goal after the 7-year dungeon beard is to maybe start rocking Gimli locks and start doing like crazy Gimli locks and beads and stuff. That would be cool. I'd love, because my beard naturally parts down the middle. So I'd love to kind of have like right here, starting like right here, 2 just like braided locks going down. Be sick. It'd be sick. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get there. In high school, I was known as the Mad Dwarven Ally. It was a nickname I picked up from a group of Dungeons and Dragons and LARPers in the community that I knew. So then when they'd see me in the hallway in high school, they'd be like, "It's our Mad Dwarven Ally! He's come to our aid to Gondor!" And I'd be like, "Ah!" And I'd like scream as I'm walking down the hallway. They'd be like, "It's the Mad Dwarf!" And I'd be like, "Ah!" I was known as the Mad Dwarf in high school. Isn't that a sick nickname though? Like, you got to admit, of all the nicknames, dude, that's a sick nickname. I was the Mad Dwarf, Mad Dwarven Ally. The scream cut off? Yeah, because my mic is meant to cut off. So that you guys' ears don't bleed when I go nuts. Yeah. If I want the mic to not cut off, I need to do something like, "Oh!" And like, that's like a little better if I pull it back. "Oh!" Like I can't go too hard. My mic is set up to like, If I get too muddy in the highs or if I get too muddy in the lows, it kind of cuts a little. Sick nickname. The Mad Dwarven Ally. What up, Ghoul Protocol? That's like the unfortunate sacrifice of using an equalizer, because like ideally if you're going to equalize your voice and you want to cut the super high pitch high highs and you want to cut the real muddy lows and just keep that like sexy muddy low, because a little bit of mud is good for a voice like mine. But the problem is that like this microphone is like set up for that podcast monotone, so like it's tough. It's like ideally my microphone shines when I stay within that like realm, but my voice naturally peaks and drops. Like I have a very dynamic voice, so I am like an anti-podcaster. It's a big struggle for me. Like this, I bought this microphone and I love it, but there's probably a microphone out there that's way better for my voice. One that like allows me to be the dynamic speaker that I am, that doesn't cut off, but that doesn't also hurt your ears. That microphone's out there for me, and I just haven't found it yet. Because this one, I want to stay within a vocal range. You know, I want to stay with that classic like podcast monotone. Because if I don't, then it is going to cut off because of the way I have it set up. Yeah, that's like a 6-month clip or something into my stream journey. Yeah. Yeah, we have done a Knuckle this week on Monday. What audio equipment software do you use? I use a Shure SM7B with a Wave XLR mixer. Nice little cheap 1-input mixer just to get the job done. It was budget friendly, and I didn't need an actual mixer because they're so expensive nowadays. Like, I do want to get an actual music mixer though, so I can start making music as well. But that's like a $500 minimum investment. It's a lot. My whole microphone setup only cost me $500. I could have spent that alone just on the mixer if I wanted, but I just wasn't gonna do it. It's a lot of money, but maybe one day. Yeah, I do this full time. I've been doing it full time since December 2019. How you doing today, Queen? Boom, boom, boom. Yo, good morning, Nat. Boom, boom. Throne mic fund. No, that's okay. There's certain things that I do like to put on me to purchase because it's a part of my job, right? I try to be very picky about that kind of stuff. It's important to me that your support that you give me naturally is being put towards increasing the strength of my show and my production. So I'll handle that. You know what I mean? Like, that's on me. Like, you guys already support me enough. The least I can do is put money aside and purchase upgrades for my channel. You know, better computer, better sound equipment, stuff like that. So that's on me. I think that's on me and on my journey. But I don't need a microphone upgrade. I'm okay. And I'm gonna ride this SM7B out for a long time until the bad boy doesn't want to sing anymore for me. But now a mixer upgrade would be different. I actually have a new cloud filter. I actually have an upgrade that I think is gonna make my show even better. I have I just bought a brand new cloud filter that I need to set up. It's this big chunky cloud filter that takes any extra noise out of the line. It's this big thing, but I need to get another XLR cable to attach it to. I haven't bought it yet. Yeah, our mic's good. We don't need an upgrade. Just if I were to buy a new microphone, and eventually I will get another microphone that I can play around with that would maybe be even better for my voice. Because every voice has a microphone. Every microphone has a style of voice. And every microphone needs to be supported by software. That's your audio lesson for the day. Every voice has a mic that's going to make it shine. And every mic has a voice that's going to make the microphone shine. And every microphone requires something to back it up. No mic out of the box sounds good. Every microphone requires some form of equipment to give it a boost and to really make it sing, whether it's hardware or software. Every microphone, whether it's an amplifier, whether it's software equipment, equalizers, filters, every single mic needs to be doctored. And that's the lesson you learn in the audio space. Every mic needs some sort of doctoring, and every voice has a mic out there, and every mic has a voice out there. But not every voice lines up with every microphone. And not every microphone's going to line up with every voice. That's just not how that works, right? And when you're talking about that true audiophile level of design and creating an experience through your microphone, it depends on if you're singing, if you're talking. It depends on if you're podcasting. It depends on if your voice is dynamic or if your voice is just that monotone and you just don't ever stop talking like this and this is your whole life and you just only ever speak like this. Or if you're a guy like me who's up and screaming and getting excited sometimes. There's so many factors that goes into the microphone voice pairing. And that's really what I was talking about earlier. It's like this microphone is perfect for streaming and podcasting, but it's not perfect for me because I'm an excitable guy and I want you all to be a part of that excitement. But when I get a little too excited, my microphone's like, you know, whereas like, I'm sure there's a microphone out there one day where you can truly be a part of that full excitement again. And it doesn't distort and it doesn't go off the rails. You know what I mean? Yeah, sound engineering is quite a thing, you know. Wait, did you figure out the Happiny thing? Hey, I'm so glad that helped, Oz. I wasn't sure, but again, I'm really good at Google Fu. So sometimes I just like to help y'all out and do a quick Google. That's why I don't mind y'all come and ask questions no matter what game we're playing. I'm pretty good at Google Fu. I've been Google Fuing since Google existed. I know I have an older audience here that are, you know, around my age, but not everyone understands that. I've seen Google evolve over the years. I've had to adapt. Typing into Google is not the same as it was 5 years ago. Do you guys realize that? And searching into Google is not the same as it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Over time, they've slowly shifted how Googling works. It's an art form. You need to understand how to speak to the machine to get the information out that you want. Now we're going through this terrible, like, it tries to like push AI stuff in front of your face. You have to ignore that. And nowadays, the Googling is worse than it's ever been. Just while we're talking about this, Google searching is worse than it's ever been nowadays. As a guy who's been using it from the beginning, Google sucks. Google actually blows compared to the way it used to work. It's like, it's so much harder to find the information that you want out of Google. And it's actually been that way for like 3 to 5 years. It's even before the AI stuff. Google like shifted its algorithm like 5+ years ago, and it made it like terrible. Like you have to work really hard to find the information you want out of Google. You have to work a lot harder. It's very different, dude. It's very different than it used to be. Yeah. Do. So a lot of times nowadays, your best way to Google something is to type the word Reddit after it. I can't express this enough. Anything you ever Google, you just need to type the word Reddit after it. Anything. And that's how you get all your information, right? Like just Animal Crossing, Reddit. Done. Because then you get nothing but Reddit links and real human beings, allegedly, asking questions and talking about stuff. This is like the best thing ever. So like, is it Animal Crossing's birthday today? Reddit. Done. And while I'm not like an ad for Reddit, by the way, I know Reddit has its ups and downs, but I'm talking when you're trying to get information, you scroll past the AI reply and you just type the word Reddit and you just get nothing but Reddit links. And this is how you really find information. 21 hours ago. No way they predicted my birthday today. Birthday /RACNH 12 hours ago. Right? Like, and this is how, and everything that is relevant to what I said that has been talked about on Reddit is going to be popping up. Happy 6th birthday and New Horizons. And here's a whole thread dedicated to it. See what I mean? So like, I can't stress that enough. If you guys are struggling Googling things, just type the word Reddit afterwards and you're going to find more information than not. That's like the new wave with Googling. Yo, thanks for the raid, Ren, dude. I hope you have a great day today. But if you search on actual Reddit, it doesn't work as well. True. I don't even use Reddit. That's the thing. So I agree. I don't use Reddit at all. I'm not really into it. But I do use Reddit for information off of Google searching, because it's the best way to find people talking about the exact thing you are looking for. And that's the key here. Like, I'll give you guys another example. Like, you can be like very specific. You can be like Animal Crossing New Horizons Genji villager hunt. Right? And then you type the word Reddit after. And it's only going to bring up first one. Genji is a hard man to find 1 year ago. Does anyone have Genji? 1 year ago. Villager hunting for Genji 1 year ago. Villager hunting sending me mad. Villager hunting, like it's giving me any single post that has the word Genji in it and villager hunting on Reddit. And again, Reddit's where people are talking and engaging with each other, asking questions. That is a big platform that's used for advice. Like when I was trying to find something going on in Cleveland a couple months ago, I typed events happening in Cleveland, Reddit. And I found a slew of people talking about the greater Cleveland area and all the things that were happening within the past couple months. And I was like, okay, sick. And I didn't have to step any further. I didn't have to go to any websites. I didn't have to go to news. I didn't have to go to a news website. I didn't have to go to cleveland.com. I literally just typed Cleveland events Reddit and I got a whole slew. And then within those links, somebody linked me a website that was dedicated to Cleveland events. So I clicked on, and then I found what I was looking for even further from the Reddit community. So strangely enough, man, that's the first thing you should do anytime you're looking anything up. There's your little advice on Googling. Good luck. Yeah, and then you guys see, now the chat's getting into the stuff that I don't talk about because it's like not common knowledge, but there's actually certain ways to format your message in Google to get specific answers. Quotations, like typing the website name, what Bookmark said, what Bookworm said. There's a couple other things you can do, like colons and stuff that make it specifically lock in to like certain things. Like, it's actually pretty nice. There's like a whole class of information waiting for you to learn how to Google. You know where I actually learned how Google works the most and how I got all of my information? When I was 20, I used to work for a company that sold video game gold, and I had to learn what SEOing was. And that's when I started my Google food journey when I was 20 years old. You know, I had been using it at that point for 12 years or so, but 10 years, but I specifically had to learn how SEOing worked. If you don't know what SEOing is, it's basically how to manipulate the Google search engine. It's called search engine optimization. And back in the day, your search results would show up higher if you were linked in more places. So what a bunch of like companies overseas started doing was they would hire, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people to go and share the link to their website all over the internet randomly. This is like before the huge bot era. And they would like just go to random post and they would be like, yo, check out this website. Yo, check out this website. Yo, look at this. Even if it like wasn't relevant to the conversation. And the more times your website was linked, the more likely you would come up when somebody searched for that specific topic. And this is how we used to game the system to get our website to be higher up when people searched World of Warcraft gold. So if they were searching to purchase gold, our website would come up first because we were linked in so many places. And this was like the dawn of like SEOing and Google search manipulating. And it still works this way to this day. It's just different now. So like when you go and Google something, the top search results are not just the search results that are the most popular. They're also the search results that have been gamed the most. Which is why it's not too bad to go to the second page of Google sometimes. A lot of people are like, you ever heard like, oh my gosh, you're going to the second page of Google? Like, how dare you? Like, that's now you're getting into the weeds. You're going to get a virus, dude. You went to the second page of Google. What are you doing over there? Like, yeah, sometimes it's actually pretty nice because you will actually find results that are better than the stuff in the front, because the stuff in the front's being gamified by bajillions of bots. So you go to the second page and you find stuff that's actually useful sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Anybody remember Ask Jeeves? I saw a TikTok recently. That was like, I saw a TikTok recently that was like 10 things, right? Like, it's like, hold up your finger, like put down a finger if you remember these things. And I was down to only one finger left by the end, and one of them was Ask Jeeves. The only finger that I didn't put down was like something to do with like some old TV show or something. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Yeah, it was terrible. Like, it was terrible. Yeah, I was like, Google search is a pay to win business, right? It wasn't always like that right away, but it is a full on pay to win business now. Yeah, 100%. Now again, I don't know if things have changed, Nedius, due to the current era of technology, right? So maybe there's stuff I don't know nowadays. Like maybe it is very different. I have a feeling that like Google is very different than it used to be. Like I have a feeling that you can't buy your way through it as much as you used to. I accidentally click on ads and go to random websites I don't mean to. Can you get viruses doing that? Sure, yes. But what's more likely going to happen is you're just going to get a thing called malware. And malware is just like a way for a company to like keep track of you, basically. So like malware usually like resides in like cookies and stuff, I believe. And like it's like a way for a company to kind of like collect information on you essentially. And like malware is used everywhere on the internet. There's like acceptable malware and then there's like the real bad stuff that's like icky. But to answer your question, yes, just visiting a website could result in some form of negativity for your computer. But most of the time, that's not going to happen. Because usually they're going to try to get you to download something, and that's the thing you need to stop. If you ever like go to a website and all of a sudden it like pops up to start downloading something, like that's the kind of stuff that you want to like, no, X that out, get that out of my face. Don't ever do that. But generally speaking, you're not going to get in too much hot water just accidentally clicking on a sketchy website. But at the same time, you very well could get like something starting to download. If you don't know your way around technology, you could very well get into some weird place. So I'll be honest with y'all. If you don't ad block the internet in 2026, yikes, man. Install an ad blocker on your phone, install an ad blocker on your browser. Stop looking at ads. Like, I don't ever see ads on Google because I have it all turned off. I use ad blockers, dude. I don't see anything on Google but Google itself. This is what Google looks like for me, y'all. I'm going to take you to google.com. You ready? This is what google.com looks like for me. A black page. Like I don't ever see ads, dude. Ad blocking is free, man. AdBlock Plus, free ad blocker, and AdGuard are the two that I use on my work browser. And then on my other browser, on my main computer, I have a thing called NoScript that allows me to only activate certain scripts so that I have even more protection. And I also have Malwarebytes browser extension that shuts down a bunch of background scripts that are running as well. Now that's a lot crazier. All you need to do is on your mobile device, Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, you need to go to the extensions and you need to download AdBlock Plus or AdGuard, or there's another one that's pretty popular as well. And you will not see ads while you're Googling things, and you won't have a chance to click on all that trash. Yeah, I don't like, let me show y'all what my Google page looks like right here. Let me show y'all this. Look. Do you guys usually see 1,000 ads on this side of the screen? Yo, look. I don't. Look, I just Googled the word yo. Look, all I see is the results, dude. Yeah, dude, if you guys are in 2026, if you're spending time on the internet, you need to start ad blocking. That's just like the way of the world, man. You have to start ad blocking. Do I need ad blockers for all my browsers? Sure, you know, I don't know, there's different levels. There's different levels of ad blocking, right? Can I get an app that works for everything as in Google's app? I don't know about that. So phone ad blocking is a lot different. Phone ad blocking is a lot different than like other stuff. So I'm not sure. I think for phone ad blocking, it's all still per app. And no, you're not going to be able to avoid ads in games, y'all. That's the whole reason why ads are in games, is because in order for the ad to not be in the game, the company themselves have to take them out. Can you ad block with the Safari app? You know, I don't know how ad blocking on iPhone works, but I can tell you that I just use Chrome on my iPhone anyways. I don't even use Safari. I just downloaded Chrome and I use that. Yeah, what up, Tinkerbell Rock? Can you get an extension for the iPhone Chrome app? Yeah, sure. I think there's a bunch of extensions for the phone app stuff as well. Safari has all that stuff, tracking blockers and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys need any help, we do have a Tech Talk and Help channel in the Discord. So if you really are like, dude, Hylian's right, I'm sick of ads, why don't you just join the Tech Talk and Help channel in the Discord, and I'll try to help you out there. Never use ad blockers or virus scans. Never had a problem in 30 years of the internet. Yeah, right. I think that depending on your level of technology understanding depends on what you need and like what you're doing, right? Like, for example, if you're trying to go find free movies streaming on the internet and you're visiting some sketchy websites, you know, if you're pirating and downloading video games and stuff off the internet that are pirated, then you might want some sort of defense because you're going into sketchy territory. But if your experience on the internet is just like going to Google and Twitter, then you probably are fine. You know what I mean? Like, depends on how you use the internet. It depends on your level of expertise. But you have to understand that not everyone understands the technology as well as the next person. So I have in fact seen somebody, you know, open up a website and it tells them, warning, intruder alert, your computer is downloading a virus. So then they panic and they click on the screen, and then all of a sudden their computer is gone. You see, there's certain people don't know technology. Some people do fall into those traps, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why it's important for people to understand that ad blocking is very useful to protect yourself, because your kids or you or your mom or somebody, not everyone knows technology like the next person. And when your computer starts screaming at you that there's a virus, you panic and you start clicking things. That's literally all it takes for your computer to get locked up, is one panicky moment where you click on something that and it's over. Like it's that easy, right? To be phished nowadays, it's sometimes one click. You open up a sketchy email and you click a link, you just lost your Google account, dog. So that's why, like, it doesn't really matter what level, you know, you could exist on the internet and never have a problem. Or, you know, depending on your like technology awareness, you might just want to go ahead and use an ad blocker, right? Yeah, screw that. Also, to be fair, if you're not using an ad blocker, how are you even living your life? Because, like, what do you just watch ads all day? Ugh, yikes. How are you even living, dude? What do you do? You probably watch more ads than you do TV at that point. What are you doing, dude? I don't even see ads everywhere, anywhere. I watch Amazon Prime, no ads. I watch Netflix, no ads. I just ad block all that stuff. You know, Hulu started figuring it out, and Hulu will break for me sometimes. And like, I'll have to like refresh the page because it's learning how to like stop ad blockers. But like, dude, yeah, man, if you're on your PC gaming, dude, if you're on your PC on the internet, like, what, dude? I'm not watching ads, man. What the heck? Yo, what up, Strawberry? Good to see you. Yeah, screw that, man. Up until YouTube started locking down ad blockers as well, it was super useful for YouTube. But now YouTube, I had to go premium because they figured out how to stop me. My grandma trusted a fake McAfee software. They ended up taking control of her whole computer, like actually clicking things for her. And it was so wild. Yeah, dude. Like now the big one that gets people is emails and like Discord DMs. You know, like all of a sudden somebody that you trust sends you a DM and they're like, hey, can you check out this game that I made? And you don't realize that their account's been hacked. I don't care, dude. It could be your girlfriend. Do not click links from Discord DMs. It could be your husband. Do not click Discord DM links. Don't. Until you are 100% sure that that is your actual friend. Because it's that easy to just lose your whole account, dude. Like, it's insane. Like, don't ever click a link from anybody, even if it's sweet baby Jesus coming down to enlighten your existence. Question it, please. Because why wouldn't you question that anyways, right? Like, I don't think sweet baby Jesus uses Discord, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever click a link from a Discord ever. And the same thing goes for Twitch, because you don't understand. They might have been hacked. You know what I mean? Yeah, message them to make sure they sent it. Right, exactly. I always wondered if Jesus was a gamer. We send links to each other all the time. Yeah, you just got to be careful, right? Like, you know, I'm mostly being hyperbolic because usually you can tell when like somebody is, you know what I mean? You can usually tell when somebody's kind of hacked because it's usually a little awkward. But like I've been got before. Somebody that I fully trusted one night sent me a message and they're like, hey, I've been working on this new game, dude. You want to check it out? I've been doing some game deving. And I was like, oh yeah, of course, man. Clicked on the link and it gave me a .exe to download. All right, that's not that bad. That .exe won't do anything until you install it. I never installed it. I kid you not, I never installed it. I got distracted. 2 weeks later, the person messaged me from a different account and goes, yo, by the way, that wasn't me. I was hacked. I'm like, what? I went and deleted the .exe off my computer. Thank goodness I never installed it. I still felt compromised, changed every password in my life, like right away. Everything got changed because it was like, oh my gosh, dude, I trusted this person. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like you never know, dude. You have to be careful. I know someone who lost their whole Discord and had to start over. Now, if they accidentally switch a link, they transfer ownership to a trusted friend immediately. Yeah. Two-factor has saved a couple of my accounts. Dude, crazy. Yeah, I was hacked because someone reported me to be banned off Discord. Yeah, one time I got a message from Steam and it was like, yo, dude, I think somebody hacked your Steam account. Take a look at this link. Like, so I can show you what somebody's doing on your Steam account. And like, I guess was wise. So what I did is I sent a message directly to Steam through Steam. And I was like, hey, somebody's claiming my account's been hacked. Is there any way you can track this? What's going on? And Steam sent me an email an hour later and they were like, that's a hack. We would never do that. We would never reach out to you about your account. That's all fake. Thank goodness you didn't interact with that person. Get rid of them. So I've learned that if you ever get like a weird link from a company that you're gaming with or something like World of Warcraft, Blizzard, you should always just go straight to the source and find out if it's true before panicking. If like you get a message on Twitch like, oh, your Twitch account's compromised, email Twitch and find out if it's real, because that's gonna get you. Yeah, Dislocated Ranger. I've been getting text every once in a while. I get a text that's like, hey, your package is being delayed. Click this link to see the tracking number. And I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not how that works. Most of that is targeted to Windows users. Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's gotta be. Like, I don't even know how Linux works, but like if you're using Linux, you're probably instantly a lot safer. If you're using Mac, same thing. Oh, 100%. I'm sure most viruses and stuff and all that kind of stuff is targeted to Windows. I would argue like 90% of it probably, dude. Right? Because like of the user base on Windows versus Mac and Linux. Yeah, Amy Lee. I've seen those before as well. One time, yeah, you get a text that's like, yo, dude, yeah, that was a great time last night. And then you text back and you're like, hey, this is the wrong number. And then they're like, oh, silly. Oh, well, if you want to keep chatting, we can. How was your night? Scam. Mega scam. Watch some Kit Boga and you can learn about those types of scams. Mega scam. Oh, well, you want to just keep chatting anyway, stranger? No. Why would you ever want to chat with a stranger? Not get it. No. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to get out of here. Blocked immediately? Yeah, dude. We're making chicken later. Want to join? Yeah, dude. One time I did play into it though, and I had some fun. And I like started chatting with one of the scam artists, and I was like, they were like, so you could just come over and join the party anyways. You don't want to come over later? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, dude. Where's the party at? I'll be over a little bit later. And they were like, oh yeah, for sure. Here's where the party is. We're in this city. And like, they like kept playing like into this. Like, so like they mentioned like a city name that wasn't like anywhere near me. And like, it started getting weird. It was like really weird. It was like, why are they keeping the shtick up? Why do they keep replying to me? It was like almost like they were just trying to take a shot in the dark. They were just like, yeah, I'm in Philly. And I'm just like, I'm not. Like, I'm in Ohio. Like how far are you gonna go with this? Like, I was like, I just like kept chatting with them to see what would happen. It was like real weird. What am I talking to? We're just yapping. We went on a long stint of conversation about internet safety. Actually, it was like a Sonic Says. It was like an episode of the old Sonic cartoon. Sonic Says. SEZ. Makes me want to stream. Pick up a Mac over a PC. Yeah. There's a reason why Macs and stuff are considered a lot safer. They really are. It's a very different device. The answer to being offered to go to a random party in Philly is always no. What? Why not, man? Random Philly parties are probably great. What's up, Heather B? What if it were a random Philly party? Wait, that's what I just said. Doo-doo. Ba-bam-bam. I went to one. Yo, good morning, everyone. We're just yapping today and hanging out. And we thought we would mix up the vibes a little bit and jump over to some ACNH. It's Animal Crossing's 6-year birthday today. Thought we would log in and chat a little bit about it, get a little nostalgic, and really just kind of reminisce on 6 years of this game. Reminisce on 6 years of this game. It's been quite a journey, man. It's been quite a journey. Should have asked about the food spread. Yeah. I remember as a kid, someone emailed me. They said they wanted to start using the name I had for my email for their own. Oh, bookworm. Oh, that sucks. I got a phishing mail that was supposedly from the police during an online raid or something. Oh, that's interesting. There's a website that has all of the phishing emails documented. That's really useful, actually. I woke up in Pocopia. Yo, what's up, Mandy Roots? Hope you feel better soon. You had 15 spam calls yesterday? Yikes. Time to get a new number, dude. It might be time. Might be time for a new number. Just glad I was a kid, so there was nothing there for them to benefit from, right? I got scammed playing Diablo 2 once. I was sharing an account with a guy over the internet, and then one day he just stole the account. And that's like the only time I've ever given a password to anybody for anything. It was like, I just met this dude who had like the best energy, and like it was my winter break, and I'm playing Diablo 2, and I met this dude. He had like the best energy, so we started working on the account together. And like I had my character and he had his, and we were doing like this joint account thing. And like as a kid, it didn't really, I shared accounts with my best friend all the time. So it was like, whatever, sure, like that's fine with me. And we were like, and one day my password was just changed, the account was just gone. And I was just like, oh no. And the dude like sold my character or something. And that was the hard lesson I had to learn through Diablo 2. That sharing accounts doesn't exist. Like you just don't do that ever, All right, let's go find the tankster. Is she at home? I haven't seen her all day. I swear she was walking around earlier, but she must be. Megaphone time? No way, dude. The megaphone sucks. You know what? I suck. The megaphone's fine. It's my fault. Tangy. Well, there it is. Good megaphone. Tangy. Joey. What? You better clean those ears out, Joey. Tangy. Joey again. Tangy. Here we go again. I can only get it to work if I speak slowly. Tangy. Tangy. Joey again. Tangy. Oh, CJ? Because I spelled it out. Tang, it's a kick in a glass. Poor Joey just wants attention. Tang Mistress Supreme. Tang. CJ again. It's okay. We all know I can't speak properly, so it's my fault. I don't blame the microphone. I blame me. I'm sure everyone else has the best experience. Tangy's taking a nap. I'm sure it works great for everybody. Lucky. Joey again. Come on, man. What? Tim Allen. Dang, no reply. Guess they're not here. The Giggities. Spicy Sin Bun. Tangy. Joey again. All right, let's try talking proper. Ahem. Tangy. Tangy. Hello there, Tangy. Where is everyone? I don't know, man. Tangy must be in the museum. Let's go look for her. Joey's like, what's up? She won't answer, but I will. We got Michael Jackson, the Anteater with the Jerry curls and all walking around. There she is. Dang, I want to see if I could use it in here. Nice, she got the Stitches outfit on. And the devil horns. Who gave her devil horns for her birthday, I bet? Somebody gave her the devil horns. Cute. Hey, Guru, it's totally wild running into you here. What's the latest? Looking at these fish, it makes me a little hungry. Oh my god. She's about to eat my fish. Oh, thank you for 6 months of a subscription over to Blue Wave. Blue Wave, welcome back and enjoy emotes for 6 months. A beautiful collection of emotes, and we got more on the way. I want to eat the exhibits. Yeah, she's hungry. She's hungry out here. Let's see what the oldest art I have in here is from. 2024. Now, if I was on my other Switch, I could show y'all pictures from art that's even older, but I don't have that Switch here right now. I actually loaned it out to my buddies for Smash Brothers. Tanglian. They should have an alternate way of using the megaphone. Yeah, we have cell phones. Why can't I text them? Man, you're gonna take away writing letters in the game. You're gonna replace it with postcards. Basically make the letters feel useless in the game. And then you're not even gonna let me just text my animals, dude? You gave me a cell phone, Tom Nook. Standard functionality of a cell phone is a text message. I should just be able to go in here and send a text to Tangy and ask him where they are. Yeah, we found her. She was in the museum. She was chilling. She was chilling with the fishies, not sleeping with them. She was dining with them. Oh, I was just in here. Texting is an additional charge, Tom Nook. Yeah, you can text other players. So that's actually already in the game. Chilling like a villain, my cat. So if somebody else was online here on my best friends, I could go and I could send a message to them. So you see how we have one of our best friends are on right now. So I can be like, yo. Like when they're offline, that would be cool. Yeah, you can send them little letters, but Roni from Pride Rock, that's our buddy Dear Diary, I believe. I believe that's Diary. What is with this new tech? It's been a while since I popped in. What's up, Meg? Hey, I think I saw you last week. For Pokemon? Chilling Like a Villain is actually a song, really? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I see you. I peeped you out here. Oh yeah, we did that a lot during COVID. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I used to chat with people all the time, and when I logged in, people would be like, "Hey, Eileen," and we would yap and stuff. This was a fun era. I miss seeing people on my friends list. In fact, I was very shocked to see Dear Diary live on here this morning. It actually made me really happy. So that makes me really happy to see one of y'all on here. I don't see people online too often nowadays. And you know, the reason is because most people are on like new islands and stuff. So many people have started separate saves. I'm not even sure how many of these people are still playing the game. Like my best friends could be clogged with a bunch of people that are not even playing the game. Am I still in there? Maybe. What was your island name? Mine's still my 2020 island. Yo, what up? Wait, Chuck Norris passed away today? Oh no, that's so sad. Ariandel. Oh man. Is that real? You just found out like 5 minutes ago? Dang. Just gotta do a few more minutes in Pokopia, just a few. What's up, Spacey? Just a few. Yours is still the same Dewdrop? Yeah, y'all are probably still in here. Not everyone made it to the best friends list because at one point my best friends list filled up. So if you're not like on this list, you're almost certainly on this list. But at one point, like my best friends list did like fill up. Now I did make a point to like delete a bunch of people. There's Mega Man X. There he is. Oh, was he not a good person? Oh, that sucks. Well, you know, they say don't put your heroes on a pedestal. Don't put your streamers on pedestals either, y'all. Just accept that all people are humans and some people suck, even if they make good content. He did have a cultural impact. So I'm a World of Warcraft head. So for me, the Chuck Norris stuff was even deeper. Chilling Like a Villain's a song from the Descendants 2 movie. Nice. Yeah, I played World of Warcraft. I remember original Baron chat. Anybody here for original Baron chat? The Barons? I remember original Baron's chat, baby. I was there for it. I was there for that, man. The Chuck Norris memes blew up for the first time back then. It was pretty crazy, dude. Original Baron's chat was certainly something. Oh boy. It was, man. He's an ultra god. That's funny. How about that? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show today. Stardew had me in a long-term chokehold. Now it's Grand Bazaar. Good to see you back in here, Rough Dough Cog. It's nice to see some of the fresh Pocopians in the chat tuning in, even though I'm taking a break from Pocopia today and tomorrow. And we'll be back on Pocopia on Sunday, everybody. But I just want to quickly say thank you. If you're new out there and you're tuning in and you found me during Pocopia, sound off in the chat. Sound off. If you found me because of Pocopia and you're sitting here listening to us yap this morning, sound off. I'm curious. And of course, if you're lurking, you know, just enjoy your lurk. Yeah, man, I took a little bit of a breather. I wanted to be in the world of New Horizons just to celebrate the birthday. Just the birthday. It's to celebrate the birthday of New Horizons. What's up, Nova? Me. Hi, guys. Hey, guys. I know there's a handful of y'all out there. Some of y'all maybe took a break from the stream and came back for Pocopia. You got Mewtwo yesterday. What's up, Sariko? Nice, dude. Nice to meet you. I'm new to Pocopia. Yeah, you've been around for a while, Blue Wave. Get out of here. What up, Swirls? Welcome to the show. What up, Roz a Doodle? Nice to meet you as well. It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, you know, people take breaks, which is totally chill. Maybe they came back to see if I was playing Pocopia. Good to see you back in here, Katie Oates. Welcome to the broadcast. Yeah, it's nice to have y'all here, man. Thanks for sticking around. A little bit of a Monday morning show kind of vibe today. I'm just kind of hanging out with y'all. What up, Minty? I'm new. Whistles. Cindy, I'm new. Whistles. Oh my lord. All right, there we go. We got a couple of y'all with no subs. Enjoy some gifteds. Welcome back, Katie Oates. Pastel Constellation. You got a Ditto badge, potentially from my chat, and then you're not subbed yourself. So let's take care of you. I'm not sure how you got your Ditto badge, but it could have been from me. So thanks you. Thank you very much. Yo, what up? Ginger King, I see you sneaking in here as well. It says you're offline. I might be offline because of my Switch. Let me check. Hold on, let me pull my chat back up. What's up, Dynamom? Hey, dude, you've been avoiding Pocopia spoilers. I found you from watching Pocopia, but first, my first love is ACNH. Aw, yo, Ellie, happy birthday. Yeah, I might be offline because sometimes I'll switch my settings offline so chat can't call me out when I'm up until 3 in the morning playing Pocopia. There you go. So because I don't want anybody to know the truth about how I spend my life as a degenerate, I'll make sure that I go offline and hide myself sometimes so I can load up my Switch at 3 in the morning and y'all can't show up on stream the next day like, we all know why you're tired, Hylian. You see, I don't want y'all to have that much power in my life. So I straight up I just go into the hole and hide, and I'm like, they don't get to know what I'm doing. Not always, okay? You're not allowed to know about my degen moments. We already know. Yeah. Gremlin activities. I didn't know that was a thing. Now I need to do that because I'm spending way too much time on Pocopia. We know and we support. Yo, what's up, Raven? I see you over there. Hey. Visited your first Treasure Island earlier this week. It's so weird seeing almost all the items in the game. Just grabbed some wedding stuff. Nice, Diary. I'm glad you're enjoying Animal Crossing. Treasure Islands are nice. We know it's because it's also the same for us. Yeah. We know it because it's also the same for us. Yep. Full on degen. What up, Suze Bees? What up, Pato? Good morning, Pato. I come and go when it comes to live streams, of course. Tinkerbell Rock, and you know, you hear me say it a lot here on the channel, but you're never obligated to be here. You're never expected to be here. Enjoy content the way you want. Come and go as you please. And no matter how much time you put between yourself and this community, we're going to welcome you back with open arms, all right? Because I just have a little bit of like a thing about that. The reason I make such a comment about that is that kind of stuff is important to me as a person. I don't like the feeling of being guilted into doing something. I don't like the feeling of obligation in my life. Responsibility, not too bad. Sometimes it feels good to be responsible. But obligation doesn't feel good, right? Rarely do I enjoy when I feel obligated to do something, especially when maybe I don't want to all the way do it. And that's the feeling that I try to remind you all to avoid with my channel. Don't do that to yourself. Just come and hang out when you want to hang out. I'll be here. Take a break whenever, whatever, man. Can you still play AC on Switch 2? Yeah. You can also spend $5 for a Switch 2 upgrade if you want, and it makes the game look a little fresher, and it gives you some Switch 2 exclusive features. Not much. It's only $5. But yeah, you can play AC on Switch 2. I'm being responsible. That's why I'm at work. I feel new because I'm never here anymore. Oh, that's okay. You come by and visit us anytime you want. Appreciate you. Yeah, I've heard of Tiny Glade. I thought about playing it, but I wasn't in the mood for a decoration game at the time, and I just never picked it up since then. But I am hip. Our friend Dragon Tamer Mum has played. Our friend Dragon Tamer Mum has played a bunch of Tiny Glade, I believe. I think I was watching her play it for a little bit. Tangy's eating a sandwich. I'm considering upgrading from a light to 2. Ooh, that's a nice upgrade. I think it'd be worth it. You can play 95, 99% of Switch 1 games on Switch 2. You like the ocean wave sounds? I had to go for that because she lives so close to the ocean. How are the rooms so well decorated? So you can eventually earn the ability to decorate their homes for them. And some of the houses I decorated for the villagers. And I did a little mini series on Twitch, and eventually I posted a little bit of it on YouTube, where I called it my Time Traveler series. And shout outs to the YouTuber, the super popular Animal Crossing YouTuber who took my idea and didn't give me any credit. But anyways, I'm not salty. I'm not even going to say their name. So I did this thing called the Time Traveler series, and I went and I designed 3 or 4 villagers' houses based off of the history of their progression through Animal Crossing. So the house that you just saw is actually a culmination of all of Tangy's houses from Animal Crossing GameCube all the way to New Horizons. Everything from the outside of the house, the inside, the rugs, the furniture, everything is meant to represent who she has been over 20 plus years in the franchise. And if you played a lot of Animal Crossing, you can instantly see the references. And if you haven't, well, that's fine, but yeah, she's always had this is a little bit of influence from every version of her house over the years. It was really, really cool. And we did this for Genji, and we did this for Lucky as well. And then we did it for Ribot, who's no longer here. And then we did it for Ione, but the difference for Ione was Ione's a brand new villager. So she wasn't a time traveler. It was more just, I just wanted to give Ione a dope house. So her room looks more put together than my 20 plus years of my real life room. It's worth mentioning that the decoration of houses is DLC. True. Apple TVs. Now I see the Apple TV in her house. Their name is Tangy, correct. So when you decorate a villager's house, if that villager goes to another player, does the house follow? No, it resets, unfortunately. Who doesn't want a dope house? Come on, Hylian. Dope houses can be fun. I'm trying to see if... I don't remember where everyone lives nowadays, because I had to move everyone temporarily here. See if I can find Genji. Or Lucky, I mean. Oh, Lucky never moved. I only moved right north of Lucky, okay. Ken just asked to move away and I clicked yes on accident. Oh well. Oh, there it is. Villager hunting has been unlocked. No, they're not home. I almost went to open my inventory and put some honey down so that I could try to summon Lucky, and then I realized I'm playing the wrong game. No, we haven't done the Deku Tree yet. So as far as my design goes, right now, we just got enough trees to start shaping the Lost Woods. We finally got enough trees planted over days of doing nursery trees. Because remember, I don't time travel. So I had to plant a tree and wait 4 days for it to fully grow. And then I had to do it again, and then again. And after I did that with about 20 to 50 trees, sorry, my whole computer just locked up for a second. After doing that with about 20 to 40 trees a day, multiple times, I finally got enough trees planted. Like, take a look. I finally got enough trees planted. Now I can start shaping the forest, creating the Lost Woods experience that I want to. Shaping and like adding decorations and literally building the island now, right? Like building the forest. Bushes, plants, patterns, weeds, flowers, like the whole works. So we have to start building the Lost Woods now. And it goes this way all the way around. Then once we start building the Lost Woods, then we'll start doing the center and then the Deku Tree. So we're still a little bit far away from designing the Deku Tree at the moment. You know, a lot of people have been asking me how long it's going to take me to do this design. And the truth is that it took me 5 to 6 years to do my original island design. And I got it overnight. Now, it's not going to take me another 5 to 6 years, but it's going to take me a while, y'all, because I have to summon the creativity and I have to summon the, you know, the energy to like sit here and design. I could see myself working on this island for the next like 2 years. You know, like it's going to take a while. Now, I am thinking about buckling down within the next month or two, you know, and like making this happen, like finishing it up and like locking it down and like trying to finish it, you know, at least make a lot of progress in like maybe a week's amount of time. So you might be getting like a week of New Horizons here in the future in which we can, you know, maybe kind of like lock it down and really make a point to do some designing here. But as of right now, I'm just kind of chilling. Ooh, you gotta hunt for Shep. How are you on this Friday? Yeah, it's the spring equinox today. It's also Cozyology's birthday, so make sure if you see him around the Discord or the chat, you give him some birthday love. I'm gonna go check my event viewer real quick because something's been happening on my computer that's keeps causing my stream to lag around the same time every day. And I know what it is, but I don't know what to do about it. I think I need to do a Windows update. Yep, there it is again. This Windows update. It keeps trying to update and it keeps failing. And it's because I paused the updates after they were already like ready. Dude, Windows just sucks nowadays. So like because I paused the updates for a month, but they were already technically like ready to be installed. Now the computer's just like broken. And I just need to go and install the freaking updates and just deal with it. And I'm sure this will stop. This has been happening like every day at 11:40. My computer freezes for a second. Freaking Windows. Cozy Special Day. Cozyology's birthday is today, correct? Their birthday is also the birthday of New Horizons, which is also the birthday of Hornsby, which is also the spring equinox, which is quite fitting for Cozy, the moderator here, because they love their spring and their sunshine. And so, oh yeah, and Mr. Rogers, look at that. It's because Windows is trying to push the update through. My husband and I both had an update that we had paused, and one day we turned on the computer and it was just updating anyways. Yeah, exactly. It keeps trying to push the update through. I'm just gonna have to do the update. Right? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get it taken care of. Thank you, Cosmic. I make it so pine trees only exist on the higher parts of my island. Oh, Wonder Waffle. So you're playing like Animal Crossing GameCube. That's sick. That's sick. I like that. Your birthday twin is Dom. Dom's a cutie. That's a good birthday twin. What up, Lucky? What you want, dude? I was watching a movie all about going to new places, meeting new folks, and learning new stuff. Oh, Lucky wants to move, dude. Look at that, dude. Nah, don't go. All right, now I have to wait 2 more weeks for somebody else to ask. That sucks. I wouldn't mind doing a villager hunt today. I tried to set one up this morning, but it was a little too last minute. I unfortunately kind of hit a creative block the past 2 weeks, and I just haven't been able to think about anything. You could also call that creative block Pocopia if you want. That I've heard that it has another name, but that's not actually the case. I've just had some other stuff going on in life, and I just haven't really been able to think too hard about certain things in my life creatively. And boy, was I hitting a massive drought in creativity for my show. Like I just could not at all for the life of me wrap my head around what I wanted to do to celebrate this game's birthday, which is why we're just here hanging out. Because I just like I don't like to go through the fourth wall too much as a streamer, but I straight up, just for the life of me, just my brain was just not doing it. Nothing was clicking. It just wasn't making sense. So like this morning I woke up and I was like, maybe we could do a fun little villager hunt. But I did a bunch of time traveling and I couldn't get anybody to ask to leave. And then finally Ione asked to leave and I got mad and I stopped trying. I was so mad. I'm like, no, Ione, get out of here. Cherry gave me a cherry smoothie recipe. It's a mountain. I guess I never did GameCube or had one, but I feel like the pine trees belong up top. Yeah, that's how it was. So if you didn't know, Wonder Waffle in Animal Crossing GameCube, the pine trees were only allowed to grow in the first third, the top third of the island. So it's funny because you're doing a mechanic that's actually been in the game since the first game. Can we check out your photo album? No, that's the problem, because I let my buddies borrow my Switch. I know. I really, like I said, I feel like I just dropped the ball. That's how I feel in my heart, and it's fine. It's okay to be critical of yourself sometimes. Yeah, my Animal Crossing Switch is at my buddies right now. I let them borrow it because they were struggling to play Smash Brothers. And I didn't think about it until like about a week ago. I was like, wait a second, I don't even have my Switch here. Because I thought I gave them my secondary backup Switch. I got a lot of Switches. But it turns out I realized I actually gave them my AC switch, which is where this island used to reside. And I can get it back. It's not a big deal. I just don't have it here. I just don't have, so yeah, I just like, oh, well. I want to make an island where the center of it's a mountain. That's cool. My island's theme is Mountain Forest Village. And most of my island is supposed to be a mountain. Like almost the whole island is actually supposed to be a mountain, and the mountain doesn't really stop until right here, this row right here. But everything else is kind of supposed to be one big mountain here, and then this is going to be a little village at the bottom of it. It's going to be sick. Oh, I see some birthday love coming in the chat here. Thank you all. Dude, I was like, why is there a single patch of dirt on my map? It's under the rock. Look. It's under the freaking rock, dude. It bothers me so much. It looks like mouse poop on the map. At least you didn't build a house on this patch of dirt, Lamau. Yo, what's up, Saretta? What happened? Nothing. That's obnoxious. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're just yapping. So yeah, plenty of designing to do in this game still. But I didn't feel like designing today because I'm doing a lot of that in Pocopia, and I can only handle so much creativity and creative endeavors or I'll burn myself out. I've learned the hard way. I'm not that guy. I can't just sit here and be creative all day. That's probably why that's like part of it all, you know. I just said, like, I just been feeling some creative burnout, and while I'm trying to navigate that, all of my creative energy's been going into Pocopia, and it's just sucking me dry, man. But like in the best way possible, you know, because I love the game so much. But my creative well gets tapped very easily. I've learned that about my creative journey, is that like my creative energy gets tapped, and like then I'm just dry, like, and I don't even, it takes a while to fill it back up, so I have to be careful I don't overdo it, you know. That's why I designed Penelope's house as a maze today, because I just didn't feel like thinking about it. Wanted to say what you're doing. What's up? Yeah, you're good, Soretta, no worries. Yeah, we were talking about a piece of dirt under a rock. Have you played the mini games from the new AC update yet? No, because I haven't unlocked them. Because apparently I need to actually play the game to get the content unlocked. I didn't sign up for this, Nintendo. Well, I just didn't unlock the consoles. I thought I was going to unlock them once I unlocked the VIP rooms. That's like, so I got... Yeah, see, I didn't get them yet. That's what happened. So I just stopped. Yeah, like, I did the VIP stuff. I've brought multiple villagers over. I've earned a bunch of the money. Like, I've done it all, and like they still haven't given them to me. So I'm like, so I just asked this morning. I asked the chat. I'm like, does anybody know how I unlock these freaking consoles? Like, some people think I need to hold on to 5,000 tickets. Other people are saying other things. I'm starting to realize I think they're all locked behind these achievements. I need to do something with these achievements. I think I need to ship more goods because I've only shipped 40. Or I need to take more tourists to the hotel. Or I have to design more hotel rooms. I only have 8 out of 20. Something needs to give here because this is what's stopping me, I think. Look it up on the Wikipedia. I'm watching from Italy. Oh, you never need to apologize. You're okay. So yeah, like I don't even know, man. I'm just like whatever about it. I want the consoles though, but like I just haven't got them yet. There's a point system. Look it up on the wiki. I got to keep crafting more things for Cap'n. Because I haven't been doing a ton of crafting. I haven't been doing a ton of crafting. And I haven't been doing a ton of Cap'n crafting because I don't have a ton of resources. And I've been saving my resources for designing. So I kind of pigeonholed myself because resource farming in this game is something that I've only done a little bit of since the update. And I'm like kind of out of wood and stone. I need to go do a bunch of resource grinding. How long have you been playing Animal Crossing? Since 2003. And I've been playing this game since release. Today's the 6-year birthday. Let me get some clay. Takes a bit of grinding. Yeah, I need to go do some material grinding. No, I don't want stone. No, I was so close, yet so far away. Yeah, it's... I think Dankroot's got the answer. Same island? Yeah, same island. I've done multiple islands, but this one has been around since the release of the game, yeah. Yeah, Dankroot said it's like a point system or something. Let's go look it up. Do you like Italy? I've never been to Italy, but I've heard that Italy has a bunch of gorgeous street art, and I've always wanted to go there and take pictures of all the street art. Oh no, thank you, coordinators. That's okay. You have to accumulate at least 400 points from VIP room designs and do 50 plus DIY requests. So there's a point system. So you get 3 to 6 points for completing a low DIY request, 6 to 9 points for completing a middle DIY request, 12 points for completing a high DIY request, 20 points for completing the highest DIY request, and 30 points for designing a room once per day. Once you unlock 400 of these secret hotel points, the final set of Nintendo console items will be unlocked. These secret points can be earned by designing rooms after the VIP room is unlocked. So, is it retroactive? Probably not. So I probably have no points at all. Because like, I've only designed like 3 or 4 rooms since I've unlocked the VIP room. Right? Maybe like 5. So yeah, I have to accumulate 400 points. So I need to design more rooms and I need to do a bunch more DIY requests. Just keep it simple. We mentioned that you need to complete many DIY requests, but the unlock requirement is far more complicated. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So I gotta design some rooms and stuff. Yo, what up, Didius? Thanks for the kind words, buddy. I just know it could be time consuming. Yeah, you know, I have no problem doing streams where we just sit around and farm up materials, you know? Like, I have no problem doing those types of streams at all. I just haven't done a ton of them recently. It's all content for me, man. It's all content for me. I just haven't done a ton of those streams recently is all. But yeah, like once 3.0 came out, we did a little bit of that. And then we just been pivoting and doing different content and just working on designing the island. And that was filling up my content for AC just fine. But like showing up on a Monday and yapping with y'all and farming materials sounds like a great time. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm denying your offer. Cause like, I'll get there, you know? I'm happy that I still have stuff to unlock from the event. You know, like I'm not in a rush, dude. We play this game long term, yeah. I got some grip covers for my Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Yeah, dude, I was thinking about getting something like that as well. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show today a little early. And we might not be back until Sunday unless I feel like streaming tomorrow. But I do have tomorrow scheduled off, so let's go find ourselves a raid recipient and keep the AC vibes going today for the birthday. And we'll do some more AC stuff as we go into April, and we'll continue to celebrate Animal Crossing's birthday this year. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, sick. You know, all I had to do was just scroll past the 17,000 Treasure Island streams. Oh, then there's there's people playing the game. Treasure Island should just have their own category, dude. Oh my gosh, dude, it's insane. Like, dude, it's like there's not even any creators, dude. It's just all Treasure Islands, man. Holy heck, dude. Do. Bananas Gorilla, dude. Let's go visit Little Flow Flower. Let's go visit Little Flow Flower. It's funny because all of the people that would be playing Animal Crossing New Horizons on my friends list are all playing Pokemon Pokopia. Looks like I was one of the only people that came out for AC's birthday today. Yo, I love you, Animal Crossing. There's a reason why they call me the king of AC. Just saying, man. Not a single person on my friends list is playing Animal Crossing. Everybody's playing Pokopia. Which, I mean, I can't blame them, to be fair. The game's great, you know what I mean? But just saying, if that wasn't enough, enough for you to be reminded what we're doing out here, y'all. Let's go visit Little Flow Flower. They're saying Happy Animal Crossing anniversary, starting a brand new island. Let's go visit this person. Let's go see what they're about, shall we? Boom, boom. We're gonna do a very untraditional outro today. We're just gonna get out of here. We're just gonna do a very untraditional outro today, y'all. This is Highly Descent signing off for another wonderful Pyro Gaming Group production. We're dropping a pretty big raid over on a pretty small creator, so y'all need to grab a raid message, but you also need to be kind and understanding that they might not be a new creator, but they could be a smaller creator, and it could be a little jarring to get 300 people dropped into your chat. All right, so grab a raid message and let's go say what's up to them. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Again, I'm scheduled off tomorrow and then we can get right back into Pokopia. I actually didn't intend on taking 2 days away from Pokopia like this. I'm really enjoying the grind and it's a good game for the channel, but things have kind of just shaken out this way. And so I might not be here tomorrow. We'll see how I feel when I wake up. So if anything, I'm for sure back on Sunday. On that note, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Don't forget to game on. And of course, as always, peace. Happy birthday, Animal Crossing. And until next time, peace.